You pull me through. When I'ma see you again. With you on my man. I broke it again. So, yeah. My shit is unstable.
Quite the fan.
His vitals are faint, with his neural activity most strange.
Yeah, let me get off of this, because that's fucking up my buy rate and my CPU.
If we do not move quickly,
Alright.
he will take him over for good.
For great!
You got an empty husk. Yeah, man. Throw him in the husk. Put apocalypse into apocalypse.
Your honey pot didn't work.
Enough work.
It's time to regroup. With who? It's just us three now.
The X Factor? Yeah.
If you think you're taking us
Wait,
in,
hold on.
you're in for a surprise, pal. Hey, Chief.
Alright.
You're not the ones we're after. What do you say to both of us getting what we want?
Yeah, dude, okay. Alright. Okay. So,
Yeah,
X Factor and Force versus the X-Men for Gambit's soul is the finale. I'm not mad at that. That's what I'm talking about, baby. It's like, do the thing, man. Get in there and get messy.
Tire
Like, Horseman Gambit being awesome.
I really got on here because I wanted to get a cold water from the store or whatever, but see, I got this Martell right here, fresh out the freezer.
I think
So,
it's too cool.
We finna get into that.
You got a right hand and all you really need is something. You can't put too much Gambit, it's too much flavor. I think that's why it's never really like, even his like solo comics and his movie projects, it's like it was too much. It was just too cool. It's just too much cool. It's too cool. People are like, it's so awesome. I can't handle the awesome. We're gonna have big.
Say hello to Butterflies, now a fame for only $5.
You love that. What?
Conversations are where stories begin, but not every conversation is spoken. Sharpie S-Gel, an extension of your style. Your style often speaks before you do. Sharpie S-Gel, the conversation starter.
I really like how they ended it, where he went back to being a tragic figure.
It really was, man, and that's another thing. See, that's another thing that Jean Grey did.
Yeah.
She ruined this man's life. He was doing fine, and then she took over his body, and now he's like, oh shit, not again.
Yeah,
Oh, shit, not again.
Yeah,
This time, what did I do?
yeah, he was fine. He had his job. He was in control, and then she took over, and of course, he's gonna get blamed. Not her. So yeah, that's another shitty thing that she did. And this is all on YouTube, as the title has told you, as we have been telling you leading up to this. This is a spoiler discussion for the biggest movie of the summer.
What is happening? Christmas party? I'm losing my mind. I am totally out of control. I gotta fix whatever this is right now.
If I made $1 billion over the weekend, I'd be losing my damn mind too, right? Yeah, of course, this is Spider-Man Brand New Day. A lot of money involved, big payday for Tom Holland. I think he got like $17 million or something for this.
Yeah, right off the heels of The Odyssey.
Yeah. He's having a great summer, but Spider-Man's having a better summer. This movie has already hit $1 billion just barely over the weekend. It is probably the biggest movie of the year at this point.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna catch up with this. at all.
Yeah, it was like by Sunday they were like, oh, it's second only to Endgame. And then by Monday they were like, nah, it passed Endgame.
Yeah, it does. It
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do that a lot of people are loving the film. I don't know how it's ranked, you want to go by Rotten Tomatoes among Spider-Man movies, but it still have a 90% with critics out there, 92, 91%. It's in the 90% range. And it's got 98% audience. So everybody's loving this. Great word of mouth. People trying to see it again. If you can get in.
All right, saw it again.
We talked about everything is sold out, right?
So how does ticket?
Yeah. And we all.
And bro, I wish I would have took a snapshot of that shit, bro. The fucking show I went to yesterday was XD Real 3D bitch, and that bitch was just as live as the opening night fan event. Well, it wasn't live as the opening night fan event, but like it was packed as the opening night fan event, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't expecting that shit. I wasn't expecting that shit.
What it is I love about it, what those complaints are that I had that I could not elaborate on in the actual review. And what I think that this is setting up, is setting up something in this movie where it's doing it well, but setting up something for future films that I think has potential to also do something very interesting. Okay. And let's start out with what is probably the worst kept secret about this film, Sadie Sink. Right. Everybody already knew that Sadie Sink, I mean not everybody, but most people knew that she's the character Jean Grey of the X-Men, a mutant. Right. And I think that, I want to hear what you have to say, Martin, and Oz, both of you, because I'm sure a lot of you know more about the comic book background of these characters and stories and whatnot than I do. But I would say, just from my limited knowledge and looking at what they did in this movie, I think that they did some great things with her in this film. She's a great actress, first of all. Yeah. She's from Stranger Things, for those who don't know, but everybody knows it at this point. But what I think that they did very well in this movie is that they made her the main villain, at least for most of the film.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue that she is the main villain all the way through. But go ahead.
I agree. Yeah. No, that is.
Bro, that nigga sounds just like my nephew.
That's her son.
Oh god.
She was an evil villain.
Evil.
Like, she did a lot of things throughout this film.
A lot of horrendous things,
Horrendous things that are unforgivable. But it's like, well, they did you wrong, so
Yeah.
go ahead and leave. I was like,
Straight the fuck up.
Man, let me change that. I want to actually agree with you on that. Because a lot of people say, well, until, what is it? Damage Control.
Yeah.
Came in. They was like, well, they ended up being the real villain. I was like, well, no, they had to get her under control.
Yeah, as a matter of fact. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm saying she mind controls some dude and backs him up into the street.
A guy got hit by a taxi cab. He's probably dead.
Yeah.
She probably killed somebody.
Yeah, throwing people off roofs.
Yeah.
And that whole violation she did with MJ.
See, that's what I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
Bro.
Jean Grey be raping. Yeah, she's a rapist, y'all.
She's a rapist.
And I ain't even look. Maybe some of y'all are saying I'm going too far, or if these guys agree with me, we're going too far. She is a rapist in this movie, man.
She's a rapist
so
in the movie.
That whole thing that she did. First of all, she raped MJ.
Yeah.
By taking over her body, and then making her be intimate with Peter.
Yeah.
Against her will.
Yeah.
And she also raped Peter's emotions.
Yeah.
Man, that was like Peter said, that was unforgivable. That was cruel, and that was
I
sick.
don't know why I put the lid on.
Knowing how much Peter loved her,
Yeah.
and then playing like she is MJ, saying I love you back, letting him have this real tender moment, and then turn around saying, you know,
And he hadn't done anything to her to warrant that.
no, right? No, he did not, man. That was a really sick, torturous, cruel thing emotionally to do to somebody, man. And she was terrible to do that alone. And like I said, even Peter said, man, you don't really? Bitch, you don't understand how unforgivable it is what you just did? You read minds, and you don't know how shitty that is?
Yeah.
But on top of, unless y'all want to add something more with MJ.
No. It's, well, what I would add, because, yeah, it sets it up, it kind of flips it to go like, damage control are the real villains because they're trying to capture the mutants and
Yeah.
do this and that. And yeah, what they were doing, they're trying to make them weapons. That is absolutely wrong. I'm not taking away their villain
No,
status. for
yeah,
that.
exactly.
But
But
the more we see the mutants, I know we're supposed to be on the X-Men side and all, but the more we see the mutants and what they can do, they gotta be put away. They are too dangerous. And she's proof right there.
And see, Oz, you want to say something?
No, just to Martin's point, I think they're making some good groundwork to make whatever is going to be the evil or the antagonist against the X-Men have that almost Thanos type of reality where you can see his point, see their point as well. Because right now you're seeing like the events of what happens when you have this Omega level mutant be able to do whatever they want with people.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be checked, like Martin said. So it's like they're making a good case for you to agree with some things that may be going down in this mutant saga. So I think that's kind of cool.
Well, see, that's what I was going to bring up, and I'm glad y'all did, because I think some people think we're being too harsh. But yes, look, the Avengers are dangerous. I think accords have been made to handle the Avengers because they tear up every city they go to. Superheroes are dangerous. But see, what I'm thinking here is, and this has always been something that I wondered about in the comics. What is the distinction between why are people hating on the mutants so much when everybody has powers?
Right.
And I don't think the comics really address that too well. But in this movie, we start out with our main introduction being Jean Grey, and she's ready to kill half of Manhattan. She's holding people against their will. She's like, I'm ready to destroy them because they hurt me, and she's ready to kill innocent people. So I think that'll be the distinction that we need between the mutants and other heroes. The mutants are, I think they need to set up all of them as being more dangerous, more of a threat.
Oh, yeah.
So that so when the mutants come up and they're considered more of a threat, there's going to be more of an urgency to try to stop them more than like the Avengers or some of the other heroes that we've already seen.
Yeah, I mean, like the people at large, they don't know how Spider-Man got his powers. Right? All they know, he's a mutant. But their introduction to him is him saving people and taking down criminals. So it's like, well, we ain't got to be scared of him.
But then you're going to have kids born like Cyclops who don't know what to do with their powers. And what if we got a guy who's ready to take down whole skyscrapers just by opening his eyes, and they don't know what to do with these people? Either they're going to be misunderstood and dangerous and we don't know where to put them, or they're going to be born with these powers and they're going to use them for bad things, and then society's going to be scared of them. So I think that's going to distinguish the mutants in their introduction against all the other that we have. And even like the inhibitor. The inhibitor even has that.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
But as you're talking, they already have a distinction in place, right? The Spider-Mans of the world, they are enhanced, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the mutants are mutants. So it would be easier to distinct between enhanced individuals and mutants.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess that's where they get the fear from, right? Because they've always established that, I think Spider-Man is enhanced as opposed to this person's a mutant. So I think that's how they were able to separate the two and say, hey, the mutants are bad, the enhanced are okay, the mutants, they're bad.
Yeah. Well, again, because the thing I think with mutants is that you're going to have, the mutants have been an analogy for racism and for homophobia, and I think that's what's going to start happening. You're going to start seeing powers being treated like people with gay kids.
Yeah.
Like I didn't ask for my kid to be born with powers, and now I'm not going to be shunned by society because those little stupid ass. And so that's going to be where the real fear is coming in.
Sure.
It's not just geniuses anymore, and as you say, enhanced powers. You're going to have all these mutants coming up now, and people are just not going to know what to do with them, and the mutants are not going to know what to do with themselves. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, but I think taking the villain route, at least as the first step, is a good thing. And I think that was cool the way they had Spider-Man come up with the inhibitor to try to control Jean Grey, because now that's going to be taken into even more evil hands, and they're going to use that as a way to control the mutants.
Sure.
Which is a great sign.
It is. One more thing for him to feel guilty about.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
I ain't think about that.
What have I made?
Exactly.
Damn. Because, bro, hey, no. I literally just told my my nephew this shit last night, bro, because I did not notice it or didn't clock it the first time. But Jean destroyed her, I'm going to say, enhance inhibitor that the DC, fucked with or whatever. She destroyed that bitch. Crushed that bitch up. Small as hell. This nigga Peter just threw his shit on the ground. I'm going to say that again very closely to the mic so you can hear me when I say Jean crushed her shit with her telekinetic abilities. And this super strength having ass nigga, big brain having ass nigga, decided to lift his motherfucking ass up, take this thing off. I wish I could take this without breaking it. Bruh, when I say this nigga took this bitch off and just he didn't toss that bitch. hey, real life though. This nigga didn't toss that bitch. He didn't try to step on it like the Hulk was trying to do. He didn't crush that bitch like Gene. No, this nigga took that bitch off. Or he just slowly put his hand down and dropped it. It was one of those two. Bro, I was like, you too fucking grown to still be doing this dumbass shit. You too fucking grown to be doing this dumbass shit. You too fucking smart to be doing this dumbass shit. Like, but I really don't think he recognized or realized what the fuck he done. And Zendaya, MJ, was giving this nigga the warning like, nigga, you not just doing gamma radiation shit, bitch, you altering DNA. Do you know how dangerous or serious this is? Like, she was basically telling him like, hey, why are you doing this? Are you sure you want to be doing this? Bruh. And this nigga.
Man, speaking of banner, I wanted to, and speaking of the inhibitor, I wanted to address some of the things that the movie's doing so good that it's pointing out even the bigger flaws with the rest of the MCU and some of the movies that we've done. So, I love, first of all, Mark Ruffalo in the film.
Dr. Banner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
What the fuck is this? An animated Superwoman movie? Supergirl movie?
There are places.
Man, oh no, this is that type of movie. I forget. Man, what movie does this look like? Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes, on some Tim Burton shit. Yeah, look, Coraline. Yes. I haven't watched none of those movies, but I just know the style of their animation. But I saw 2 animation trailers last night. I was like, they really about to release this shit. One was from DreamWorks and one was from a DreamWorks company, partner company, illustration or illustrious. I don't know. The motherfuckers who make the Minions movie. Yeah, man. I was like, this is what kids like. Or this is what they think kids like. That's crazy.
I like Mark Ruffalo. I'm afraid that they're trying to ease Mark Ruffalo out this role.
I know.
Because he's not on any of the he's not in any of the marketing.
Right.
He's not on the red
I thought
carpet.
he made a statement that he wasn't going to do more.
Oh, really?
I don't think so.
Well,
See, this is another thing I was talking to my nephew about last night, bro. I feel like they're going to reboot the whole cinematic universe or whatever, but they definitely got to keep some characters. They can't, like, literally start from scratch unless they do it in a very visually good way, cinematic way, whatever. It has to look good. I think they have to keep Chris Hemsworth, cause that's fucking Thor, and you got so much story that you ain't exploring him. How you gonna fucking recast Thor and not complete his story? That's why I feel like that nigga gonna get another solo movie. Even after Thor 4, that nigga gonna get another solo movie. He just need another director. That's it. They gotta keep Thor. They got to keep Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen. They gotta keep her. And me personally, I feel like they gonna keep Mark Ruffalo, or they gonna try to turn him to Maestro instead of having like the other Hulks being Maestro, because even though they kind of speed ran his story or whatever throughout the cinematic universe, is like you still have some shit you can do. Niggas are still waiting for that that World War Hulk movie or that Planet Hulk movie. You feel me? Niggas are not satisfied with the little piece that was included in Thor 3. Nigga was not satisfied with, definitely not satisfied with this nigga having like a little inclusion with Sakaar in the fucking She-Hulk, you know? Like, nah, we need to see more of that. We need to see flashback something. Like, we need a prequel. We need a prequel to how this nigga really made his move, because it's not reasonable to the way they showing it. But anyways, what about? I feel like they gotta keep Thor, they gotta keep Hulk, they gotta keep Scarlet Witch. Captain Marvel. They really gotta keep. I feel like if they reboot anything, they gonna reboot the main roster, like the main characters. Like, I feel like we getting like we definitely get a new Avengers team, but I can't even say a new Avengers team. Well, we got to. We fucking got to. I ain't gonna lie. See, yeah, that's why I'm curious on what this reboot gonna mean. Like, is they gonna basically like start over the timeline, or they basically gonna be like, hey, we dealing with mutants now. Fuck these enhanced motherfuckers. I'm curious about that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I feel like that right there will answer a big question for me, and that's what storyline are y'all gonna start when the mutant saga come? But I really feel like they're gonna start directly from the beginning, since they got young Jean, they cast fucking young T'Challa, so they obviously gonna bring in a young Storm. You feel me? So yeah, I feel like they're gonna start like literally from the beginning. Like, they gonna have Hank on the team, but he's not blue. Real shit. And if they do that, I feel like that's gonna like prolong a lot of shit. That's probably gonna go slow as fuck, but that will also give us something to watch, look forward to, and understand better. So it's gonna be a win or lose situation. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I can't really talk about this shit like I really want to talk about. I really have to have evidence in front of me. That's the only reason I haven't turned this into like a strictly Marvel stream. Cause that was one of my ideas I had. I really wanted to turn this bitch into like, I'm strictly gonna talk about Marvel. Real life. I'm the nigga that don't know shit about Marvel, but I was gonna talk all Marvel, play Marvel games, watch Marvel videos, all that shit. I was gonna fucking get a Marvel Unlimited subscription. You feel me? So yeah. You feel me? Like, I was about to go in. So like, yeah, I feel like they gotta keep certain characters. They have to keep certain characters. And me personally, I feel like they have to keep the ones that they like recently introduced. That's why I feel like I feel like they might reboot everything that came before Phase 3. Phase 3, Phase 4. Like, let me search this up so I can clarify right now. I ain't gonna lie, I'm curious. Literally. Ooh. Yes, like literally everything from the current era is not getting rebooted. We gonna get a new Doctor Strange. I don't think we gonna get a new Doctor Strange, bro. I don't know, cause we just got Yelena, bro. We love Yelena. Like she don't need to leave no time soon. Real talk. I hope they don't do that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. See, yeah, man. I need to know their exact definition. I need to know the exact definition of their reboot. When it's supposed to come out? Because I was talking about this last night too. Because as part of his journey, Vision sees personification of other AI programs. See, Ultron was returning. Hey, bro, I can't wait to see this shit. A bounty? What? Okay. And he's compared to Boba Fett? What? Oh, so they already cast him. Okay. I remember seeing that picture. Or a picture looked like that. Okay. So yeah, man. We was talking about Billy and Tommy last night, bro. I'm like, yeah, they gotta bring Billy in that bitch. They gotta bring Billy in Doomsday. Or in Secret Wars. They gotta bring Tommy. Real life. Did you play Jocasta? That's fucking crazy. I understand this nigga Paul Bettany is Vision now, but you really gonna bring James Darcy back to voice Jarvis or play Jarvis when you got the original motherfucker you set out to play Jarvis? That's insane. That they just spending money at this point. Oh, the dummy gonna talk? Oh wow. Oh wow. The dummy gonna talk. That's funny. Look! Voiced by Paul Bettany. Wait. Based on yeah, all that shit. But voiced by Paul Bettany, that's crazy. They really bring this man James Darcy back to do a voice. Or he might I don't know. I can't wait till they do this shit. I ain't gonna lie. 8 episodes. First episode October. October gonna be that fucking month, bitch. I ain't gonna lie. God damn. Go, man, hold on. October gonna be that month. I'm thinking September gonna be packed by. Bruh. Bro, that fucking White Dragon movie, I wanna see that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Even though it's not a Power Ranger movie, I still wanna see that. Bruh. Crazy. It's crazy. I still haven't seen a Star Wars movie yet. I saw Michael in the movie. I saw the Super Mario movie in the movie, and I saw Spider-Man in the movies. But I saw Inception over here. I need to watch Backrooms. Real shit. Digger. Okay. Anyways, nah, we gonna go to August. We gonna go to August. What today is? The 10th. Yeah, I wanted to go see that motherfucking Ice Cream Man movie last night, but I couldn't find the ticket, so I guess that was a sign. And I saw somebody say it's the worst movie of all time. Why is Cities not coming out in October? That makes me think that this movie ain't gonna be shit. Huh. Yeah, I don't know about that, bud. I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully. Tom and Jerry got a movie coming out. What the fuck? This is my first time hearing about this. Forgotten Island was one of those animated movies I was talking about. That shit look crazy as hell. And I would take Lynn to go see that shit, but I ain't gonna take that shit unless she asks. I ain't gonna lie. Wait, that's in September anyway, so she gonna have to ask her mom. The fuck? I ain't gonna lie. This movie looks kind of good. I ain't gonna lie. I want to watch it, but I haven't watched the first one, the Social Network. So I'm curious about that. That's why when I was watching the trailer, I was like, how the fuck you don't bring Mark Wahlberg back? I mean, not Mark Wahlberg. Jesse Eisenberg back as fucking Mark Zuckerberg. They got this old looking ass nigga. Like, this was supposed to be like a current movie or some shit. Like, I don't know. So I'm curious about that. I want to go see Other Mommy because I saw that trailer. That shit looks insane. They got a Matchbox movie? I know you fucking lying. And they got John Cena in it. Tiana Paris, I love her. Deanna Gray, I love her. Ooh, Jessica Biel, okay. Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, October gonna be that month. I ain't gonna lie. Cause I'm definitely going to see Other Mommy. I might consider Social Reckoning. I don't know about Matchbox. Fucking Clayface. Gots to go see it. I'm not even a DC fan like that, but gots to go see it. Not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie to you. So this was that animated movie that looked like Coraline. That the trailer I was looking at earlier. That was that movie. That come out in October. Christmas at the Kringles. That's crazy. Nicholas Hoult, Zoe Kravitz, Christian Slater, Pete Davidson, John C. Reilly. Hell yeah. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. A crime drama. Yeah, I said that had to be a comedy. A suburban family who becomes entangled with the Russian mob. Don't care. I hate those type of movies. I ain't gonna lie. That shit make me feel bad. They doing a movie about the creation of Hershey. That's what's up. I saw the trailer for that. I'm actually like intrigued to go watch the first one, cause it's literally like a fucking. It's basically like Santa and Krampus put together, and it's insane. Who the fuck is AGBO? Oh, they got their own company. Stop playing with them niggas. Ooh, that's money. That is money. Fucking Matchbox the movie. Spy and former soldier Sean Walker. Oh, so John Cena starring in it. Okay. Reunites with his childhood best friend only to be drugged and kidnapped by a group looking for a nuclear warhead. The CIA believes Walker and his friends stole the nuclear warhead, so the group decides to re-steal the bomb and clear their names. Oh, thank God, it's an Apple TV movie. I was about to say, I don't know about that being in theater, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I instantly was like, no, this is not a theater movie. This is straight to DVD. And I hate to put that type of disrespect on John Cena, Tiana Perry, Sam Richardson, Jessica Biel, Arturo Castro, Denai Guerrero, all the people, but man, no. How to Rob Bank, this got to be a theater movie. This gotta be a theater movie. Please tell me it's a theater movie. It's a theater movie, right? Only in theaters, yup. Stop playing. Stop playing. I love her. I don't even know where she's from, but I love her. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a great movie. Oh, that's the boy that everybody was tripping over about that penguin killed. Okay. Yeah. A crew of bank robbers have been using social media to document heists that they have pulled up. Niggas make anything into movies. That shit sounds so stupid, but that shit might be so fucking good. Yeah, what else she played in? I knew I noticed that face. That's fucking Jade. Cause I was like, bro, why do I love her? Yeah, she played Jade in that fucking Mortal Kombat movie. Dope. And that's it, okay. Out of body experience.
remember reading a statement, him saying he wasn't going to do any more. But then the director here said him and Mark Ruffalo were going back and forth on ideas for some Hulk movies to come up.
Well, see, that's interesting.
But you know, Mark Ruffalo, he's been a little too vocal about
Palestine.
Palestine, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have him on any of the marketing tours. Like he wasn't on any red carpets. So I think that they're holding him back. And plus, they're talking about recasting a lot of people. So I would not be surprised if Mark Ruffalo was cast out, which is sad.
Four Bruce Banner. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, we have four: Eric Bana,
and Norton, and now him.
and yeah.
So another one would be the fourth.
Oh, yeah. Like they're talking about going in and rebooting everything anyway. So who knows where this is going at this point?
Yeah, the way they keep reading stuff about them recasting Spider-Man, you're like.
So are they just counting the movie Hulks because they sure did forget Lou Ferrigno? Didn't Lou Ferrigno play Hulk in the show, or at least the Hulk version of Hulk in the show?
But that Adam just got $1 billion.
Yeah, they're gonna keep his ass around.
Yeah.
Tom Holland said at some point, "I'm out."
Yeah, they're like, no, you're not.
No, you're not. Yeah, but I think they are gonna try to shift towards Miles Morales, slowly.
Definitely.
Yeah, slowly, but they are gonna shift towards Miles Morales and let him take over at some point, which is what I'm thinking. But they're gonna keep his ass in for a little bit because Tom Holland is doing too great at this,
Yeah.
and we need another couple of movies to see him as an adult.
Yeah.
But going back to the Hulk, Mark Ruffalo is great. Too bad, we don't know the fate of him. But the Hulk, man, this is the best we've seen Hulk in a while. I'm glad they brought Angry Hulk.
I was really happy for the return of the Savage
Same.
Hulk.
Yeah, Savage Hulk. Yeah, I was glad that they brought back Angry Savage Hulk, man. But it also shows the problems with Marvel not having full rights
Yeah.
to the Hulk.
Yeah.
So no one knows out there, at least from my understanding, they can make Hulk movies with other characters, but Universal would not let them make a solo Hulk,
Right.
which is why you haven't got like World War Hulk. Even though they've done elements to introduce that, they can't go through with it. And see, that's the problem with this, man, because there's a lot of inconsistencies with them not being able to have the full race to him. First of all, there's inconsistencies with the Inhibitor itself, but they've also abandoned characters and plot lines. That whole thing with Black Widow,
Yeah.
Bruce Banner and Hulk, that's just dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, it kind of got dropped so long ago, I forgot about it.
yeah, but it was just
What he said? Oh.
Bruce Banner and Hulk, that's just dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, it kind of got dropped so long ago, I forgot about it.
yeah, but it was just there was no follow through.
Right.
They just stopped.
Yeah.
Your girl Betty Ross, nobody knows where she is. She just disappeared. They introduced his boy Scar.
How's she gonna compete with Black Widow?
Yeah, I know. But Dad, let us know when this update. we see her daddy out there,
Yeah.
Thunderbolt Ross, but nobody knows where she is. But
Oh yeah, the son.
the Scar, the son, and that was introduced in She-Hulk, and it's like, okay, so now I guess the most explainable thing here is that this was happening at a time when Marvel was also doing stingers that they weren't following through on,
Yeah.
other plot elements that they weren't
Not for
following through on,
real.
so these things fell through the cracks.
Yeah.
The problem is,
Yeah.
with all these projects,
That bitch
they
got a point.
different
Damn.
creative teams that aren't talking to each other.
Yeah,
So that's why Wanda in Doctor Strange 2 is inconsistent from WandaVision.
yeah.
Because they were like, well, we wrote this before we even knew how they were going to end that series.
Yeah. No, that's true. So there's a lot of things that they've been dropping and just not following up on, but Hulk is one of the worst. And that's because, I think it's because of the rights issue. They just don't know what to do with him when they cannot make, especially solo movies, to kind of fill in the gaps of where things would go. Because if they could do a solo movie, they could have wrapped up or done something with this Black Widow
Yeah.
Hulk storyline. If they had a solo movie, we could have seen Betty Ross.
Yeah.
But we can't do that. So Hulk is just kind of floating and doing all kinds of things. Like I said, we can't get a World War Hulk, even though they're introducing and setting up things like his son, because that's a solo movie.
Yeah, I mean, showing his son, that would imply that World War Hulk already happened.
Exactly.
Exactly. Oz, you got anything to add?
No, you guys hitting it on the head, man. everybody wanted a solo Hulk, but Universal's in the way, even though the rights, I think, were up for grabs in 2023.
Yeah.
And I believe Universal has like a first right of refusal on Hulk standalone movie somehow, so they're still entangled somehow with Disney doing something fully on their own.
Oh, was
So that's why they couldn't do anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you. I'm so sorry.
No, that's why they couldn't do anything with Hulk right now. So I mean, he's forced to be in limbo because they can't do anything.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, was Betty Ross in Captain America: Brave New World?
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because she comes to see Thunderbolt.
That's right. That's right. But okay, so scratch that. But she just came out of nowhere too. Yeah. And see, they don't do anything when she comes in that you almost forget about her. He was on a phone call in the movie with her or something, right?
Yeah. Something like that. Her talking to him while he was in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that Universal, like, they don't look at the Sony deal and go, man, we could really be getting a big piece of this.
Yeah, maybe Universal will let them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's weird that they won't capitulate.
Yeah. Even Professor Hulk, like, what happened with that? Like, how come he's, maybe there's something I'm missing. Like, we saw the She-Hulk, which I'm thinking just kind of pushing aside now.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, he was Professor Hulk, and that just, they don't explain why he went back to being, Dr. Banner. So
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Good question. Yeah, he figured that he would heal better as the Hulk, because that whole thing after Endgame, his arm got all emaciated or whatever, and he was healing from that. And the next time we saw him again, he was Bruce Banner at the end of Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that's right. He was
How was that? Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, he's being a professor. Maybe they were like, listen, Dr. Banner, we love your work, but we can't have a Hulk teaching class.
You can't come in looking like that. You just scared the shit out of people.
That's funny. That is funny though.
This because what they did with the Hulk in this movie was incredible, man. Okay, all right. No pun intended. I can't blame you though. But yeah, everything that they did with him in those scenes, man, I thought that's what everybody's been waiting on for so long.
You get that big.
That scene was amazing, man.
Yeah.
What's that, Oz?
No, so yeah, right. When he's running from the Hulk in that corridor and the camera's twisting and everything to see him getting away, that was awesome.
Get out of there.
I love it. Everybody may see the Hulk. Oh shit. So I got some things that I want to talk about and elaborate on, but I just want to go free form and see if you guys got anything you want to add that we did not talk about in a review, or something that's a spoiler that you want to bring up.
Scott Lang's daughter is crazy. Why you not gonna put stature? Like the fuck?
I mean,
Disrespectful.
talking about the Hulk, I really liked how they ended it, where he went back to being a tragic figure.
It really was, man, and that's another thing. See, that's another thing that Jean Grey did.
Yeah.
She ruined this man's life. He was doing fine, and then she took over his body, and now he's like, oh shit, not again.
Yeah, what did I do? This time.
What did I do?
Yeah, he was fine. He had his job. He was in control, and then she took over, and of course, he's gonna get blamed. Not her. So yeah, that's another shitty thing that she did. But what's that?
It's a good question. Did they make her irredeemable?
Miserable experience?
Did they go too far
Damn.
with what she was doing? Because, as we're thinking back and talking about all the everything that she did, it's like, her talking with Aunt May in the memory, that all of a sudden, you know what, you're good now, kid, keep moving. Do we just have to accept that? I don't know. Do we sit with this more? I am now. Because we were speaking about, wait a minute, that's bad what she did. But now we're talking about she ruined banners, she really put Spider-Man in his hands, she's killed people. It's like, can you redeem yourself from that?
She's left. She's a rapist. She's left.
Yeah, that too.
She's left a trail of horrible acts behind her, and that's what's weird about it. I guess it's just a comic book thing because, she goes away because her and Peter had a talk.
We lean towards forgiving. At least the movie pushes us that way because Peter forgives her because he's got a lot of forgiveness in him. Because that's why he's able to work with the Punisher. With Frank, he's like, I know Frank does this. That's just Frank. he's a good person inside. He just kills criminals. What can I say? And with her, he's like, I know you are good if you just get past what you're going through.
Yeah.
I've been through shit too. I just don't act out like the rest of you, but I get it.
Yeah, and what's he gonna do? He can't control her.
Right.
So he kind of has to let her go. But
Right.
you know, because he doesn't want to kill her like Frank Castle was gonna do. But I also think like, yeah, I think that it's the third act that I have a problem with in this movie. And I think you're right, Oz. I think she's because she, you know, her sister died. Was supposed to feel sorry for her sister was killed by damage control. So they're because they killed her sister, they're more villainous than she is, and they pushed her at this point. But to just let her walk away, and even for Peter, like, well, we had a chat, so we're good, right? For him to like even not be like, I don't know what I did letting this girl go. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what she's gonna do. I think it is a point where it's like, yeah, maybe they let her off the hook a little too easy. And, you know, of course, we gotta go to the X-Men too, so we gotta let her go one way or another.
Of course.
Yeah.
But she murdered people. She ruined people's lives. I think for the end of the movie to be that sweet, where she's like, oh, she's gonna be okay. And it's like, well, other people aren't. At least for not for short term.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's where the movie manipulates you to, you know, she helps, she saved Peter's life. She breathed for him, so everything is okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the manipulation that they're trying to give you. But it would have been nice to have that discussion, or even that lingering, you know, comment to say, okay, yeah, she helped me, but still that was very dangerous and irresponsible what she did. You know what I mean? And have that carry over, you know, again, to the mutants again.
yeah. And
Right.
Peter saw her kill a guy with a cab, possibly. We don't know the guy. Look, the guy might be a body cast in a hospital somewhere, so we don't know.
Right.
I guess maybe the movie assumes that we just assume that the guy's alright since the movie's PG-13. Which, by the way,
Okay, so
is
he
a
might
very-
be on
besides,
Sam's team.
Some of the darker things.
I ain't
like
gonna lie.
Bodies and,
Just because of him fucking with Yelena in the Spider-Man movie, I was like, okay, he might be part of the New Avengers, or he gonna side with them before he side with, you know, anybody else. But no, he's a real life Avenger. He's part of Sam's team automatically, just like Joaquin is, just like Scott is, you know. Who else was in the trailer? Just like Thor is, you feel me? But he's the only one who's left from this roster, so it's different. Damn, what happened to Christopher Marcus? I just noticed that. Crazy. So Joe and Anthony didn't produce these two? Oh yeah, this gonna be their fucking movie. They about to make sure this movie feed them for lifetimes. Even after they're dead, they gonna make sure they still get bank off this fucking movie. Oh my god. I think I went to this. I really think I went to this. I ain't gonna lie. I think I went to this. Oh my god. Oh my god. This. Oh my god.
you know, and mentally torturing people. No one's really killed in the movie.
No, not murdered anyway.
Not murdered, yeah. Except maybe they got the candle. We don't know. But it's
Off screen.
Off screen, yeah. But it's leaning towards more a family Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah.
In a way, which I thought was kind of
No, it perfectly walks the line between all the different things it needs to do.
Yeah. Mark, since you are our guest today, can I ask you a question?
Please.
May I give a word to our sponsor? Polite. So, I talked about the Punisher and how that was a sticking point for me because I don't feel like they got the character exactly right, and I don't think they got the relationship with him and Peter. Now, that's not to say that I don't like them together in the movie. I think they do very well, especially him and John Bernthal. And I like him and Spider-Man together. I mean, and you know what? I like that people are liking them together because I don't want anybody to dislike this because I hope they get together again sometime.
Yeah.
I've been advocating for the Punisher to be in the MCU for so long.
You have.
I'm not going to sit up here and ruin it now. So if everybody, listen, if people are enjoying this, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, they did what I wanted. They didn't do it quite the way I wanted.
They didn't. Yeah, exactly.
They didn't do it my way.
Yeah. Why did they come to me and ask me first? But the reason why is because, and I'm not saying that this is something that I'm arguing with people about. Like I said, I'm glad people are liking this. I was even talking to some kid in London who didn't know the Punisher. And so he didn't know what that character was about. He did like the character though. And so it's cool, you know, like we said. I was telling Julian, you didn't know the Punisher. And so if you don't know the Punisher, it's not going to ruin the movie for you at all. But just reading the comics, and that's what I loved about the Punisher and Spider-Man, is that in the comics, they always clashed. They're not friends. They're, they respect each other, but Peter doesn't like that the Punisher's a murderer, even if he's killing bad people. He thinks that one day that could end up hurting somebody who's not bad. And Frank Castle, Punisher, thinks that Peter Parker is naive. He thinks that you and everybody else ain't doing the job that I'm doing. Y'all are soft. Y'all some bitches. Y'all are responsible for getting people killed, letting these villains go. So they both have their points, but they reluctantly work together sometimes. And I know things are changing for the movies. I don't mind if they change a little bit. Like I don't think that. Like you said, like when you don't like the Punisher and everything else, saying he's more tactical. I understand that, but that never really bothered me. But you're right. He is more tactical in the comics, and also that you like to say.
Yeah, that was
Well, in every other appearance, he does that all the time.
Yeah, he does.
So the fact that he only did it twice here, I was like, all right.
And keep in mind, both of us did not like that Punisher special that came out.
Hated it. Yeah.
Yeah. You said Punisher special?
Nah, I'm not a big Punisher fan. Like I told you, man, some guys shooting guns. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
And see, that's probably the thing with me is that I'm a big Punisher
I'm a
fan.
huge Punisher fan, especially like once Garth Ennis started writing the book.
Yeah.
And when he did his first series, it's kind of like edgy, silly, fun. That's what you got stuff that a lot of the Thomas Jane movie was based on. That.
Exactly, with the Russian and all that.
Yeah, the Russian. But then he came back to the series and did the Max series, where it was all serious. It took you all the way back to him, his days at Vietnam, and then him going after Russians, and it just kept going and going.
They had his origin where he was disturbed in Vietnam.
And it was just a fantastic issue. In fact, of all the comics I have, those are probably the ones I go back and reread the most.
Yeah.
Because I'll pick up one and then I just can't stop.
Yeah. So, to talk about the Punisher in this movie, I think what they did with him as a movie on was not what it was. For me, it's not what I would say is exactly the Punisher. I did love the introduction. I think they got the introduction. Well, they had met before, but our introduction of the Punisher and Spider-Man together
To their relationship.
yeah, exactly. I thought that was on point.
Everyone sees the dream, but not the spirit that drives them. There's a racing spirit inside everyone on the highway, built with exceptional horsepower and smooth handling. For the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America. Fun to drive, hybrid line from Honda.
Without Purdue Global, I wouldn't be where I am today. Start your comeback today at purdueglobal.edu.
All the way back home.
Right, alternate plan.
Punisher, man. He's cold.
I can't watch all animes, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I can't see how y'all motherfuckers watch anime. I'm not talking shit about motherfuckers who watch anime. I just saying I can't see how y'all watch that shit. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. I understand Dragon Ball have his moments and shit or whatever, but it's like, I don't know. It's just top tier to me. It's just top tier to me. I already know they probably got better animes out there, but is there though? Is there? Cause I tried. I tried 4 animes. Not gonna tell y'all the name of them, but I tried 4 animes. I want to say for 2 of them, I started like from the very beginning, and like the other 2, I started like watching like on TV type shit. And I just, it just wasn't clicking for me. And that was probably one of them shows that you had to really lock the fuck in and sit in that bitch, and then it's gonna get better. Because I ain't gonna lie, once it got mid-season on the ones that I started from the beginning, I was like, yeah, it's not for me. I understand this shit might pick up right after the season. I mean, right after the episode that I stop at, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. No disrespect. No disrespect. I'm not really finna get deep into it or anything, because it's kind of self-explanatory. But yeah, that's just me personally. I Dragon Ball. Wait, Dragon Ball. You feel me? Dragon Ball. You feel me? I got 2 Dragon Ball posters. You feel me? That's all a nigga fuck with. What else would I fuck with? What else would I fuck with? You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Don't get in my way.
Right, but he had a point. He's like, I'm trying to top that tank before it runs over innocent people.
Exactly. See, that's where they both have certain points. I think Frank's a little more extreme, but
I think they're both right.
yeah. Well, that's what I said. I think they're both right. I just think Frank's a little more extreme in his what he's doing.
Yeah, but where Spider-Man is a little bit more naive.
Yeah.
You know, could do things a little tighter.
Yeah.
I like the maturity. I like the maturity here for old Spider-Man, because back in the day, he was like, "Oh, Mr. Castle, stop doing that, please, don't do that." Now he's like, "Come on, Frank, stop this bullshit." Man.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, he's lecturing him now.
Yeah. I'm not Stark's intern anymore.
Yeah, no, and I love
This
that.
was
Like,
the moment BBL Bailey shocked the Mexican fans
you
after
don't
cutting an
stop.
entire promo in Spanish.
If you don't stop, I'll stop you.
You don't stop, I'll stop.
Okay.
So that's the kind of relationship that I like, what they set up there, and I do love the Hulk part. I mean, just nerding out, seeing Frank Castle fight the Hulk. That's about as comic book as you can get.
Sure, especially, I love the fact that he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Well, you take the Hulk and I'll go up there and like, I see what you're doing over there.
But you the one with the powers, man. No, I love that, man. And man, it's a real bold thing to bring the Punisher into a Spider-Man movie, after you set him up as such a violent character. But I think as the movie went on, I think he became more comic relief, and I don't think that was in nature to the true Punisher from the comics. To waving with the Spider-Man mask on at the end, and also, so we all know that it was a very Punisher thing for him to do, to say, you can try to say if you want to. I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna take this bitch out. Yeah.
I'm gonna take this bitch out.
Rooftop with a sniper gun.
Hey, that nigga did not give a fuck.
Ready to shoot Jean Grey. I was like, nothing.
I wanted to laugh so hard. That nigga was trying to convince Peter, like, hey, bro, if you don't stop this shit now, I'm seeing this shit happen in real time. If you don't stop this shit now, I'm about to knock her head off her shoulder. That nigga Peter was trying to explain to that nigga. That nigga Frank was like, ah. I was like, damn, this nigga's so unserious, bro. But so fucking serious. It makes no fucking sense, bro. I swear, no.
That's a very punishing thing.
Oh, God.
That's great. But then he ends up, of course, shooting Spider-Man because he sacrificed himself to move Jean Grey out the way. And then they end up in the hospital. So I thought that would have been the perfect moment for them to show how their, the morals clash. Without, he was lecturing at the beginning of the movie, and I thought it would be cool to say, you see how your methods don't work?
See how your methods don't work?
First of all, you shot me.
First of all, you shot me.
I was able to help this girl without having to use, any kind of murder. Yeah, I didn't have to use, I didn't have to go in and use drastic methods like you. I thought that would have been cool for them to not hate each other, and not go at each other, but just to say, all right, you know what? We're not going to agree. You do it your way, I'll do it mine. I'm sorry I shot you.
I mean, that was a way to do it, but it's considering that the Punisher knew all that. The fact the moment he shot him, all that he knew all that. He was emotionally, broken by it. That's not really the time where you go, told you so.
I told you, see.
I mean,
I think that is.
I mean, that's why they didn't do it in the movie. But I would have got on his ass. I would have been like, bitch, I tried to tell you, but no, you had to hang up the phone, huh? Like, I appreciate the gesture and shit, bro. But man, I gotta let you hear me right quick. I gotta let you hear me right quick. Then we gonna have a sentimental moment. Then you can do all that apologize and shit. Yes. But man, you about to hear me. Bitch, I tried to tell you, let me do what I do. If that didn't work, then you do what you do. Like, that nigga tried to tell him. And it's so fucking funny that he made that smart choice, but made that dumbass choice of leaving the fucking inhibitor on the ground. Like, damn it, we gonna press the play.
He was saying, again, nothing where they antagonize each other, but it's like, thank you for helping me. But, yeah, we're never just gonna agree on this.
Yeah, that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, maybe it'll happen. I don't know. I thought they could have done it here because I just thought at the end, that's just me. Like, we're just gonna disagree. That's all. But because I thought at the end it was like, first of all, it was all kind of messy for me. You had Frank Castle was a wanted guy, just easing up into the hospital, sitting there for days where nobody goes after him. You got Spider-Man sitting in the hospital, and everybody knows he's in there because the public is outside cheering for him. As many enemies as Spider-Man has, I thought, so nobody's gonna attack the hospital to get at Spider-Man. And they know he's there.
That's why the Punisher's there.
Yeah, but the Punisher can't stop everybody.
I mean, they got a point.
They got a point. It was somebody to attack the hospital with Peter Parker in there. That was just something like we used to talk about how Spider-Man used to pull his mask off all the time. It was like, okay, how many times you gonna pull off your mask and show yourself to people in New York? This was one of those other moments to me where it's like, all right, people at least know where you are and nobody's coming after you. I just thought it was a little rushed at the end. But that's again, that's just me.
Yeah, just a bit though, just a bit. I see what he's saying. On
a high note, we leave everybody feeling good about things, even though underneath you're like, this is pretty bad.
Yeah. No, it just didn't seem.
These niggas here.
Like I said, the beginning of the movie shows us how many enemies he's made. And he's at a hospital, and nobody's gonna be like, we can get him at his weakest and most vulnerable point, because the public is outside with Spider-Man mask waiting. I was like, that's just weird to me. But
just a bit.
It's the end of the movie. I just thought that was a little rushed.
Well, go ahead.
I get it.
At the beginning, the montage kind of set the fact that Spider-Man has a bunch of his rogue galleries out there, but it seems as though in that montage he captured all of them. It seemed.
Yeah.
So I don't know who was left.
I tell you what I think they did right by leaving this out. As much as it would have been cool to see, I'm glad they didn't do that man spider thing.
I mean, I was wanting it, but it would have been too much here.
The what I'm saying.
Because it looked like it was getting closer. I was like, oh, come on. Where's those 6 arms? When's he going to turn into well, we got enough going on. Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not.
I thought near the end too, man. I was like, you know what? Because when he was fighting the hand, and his eyes turned black.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, here we go. But man, and the odds did not talk about this. It was just too much going on in the movie.
Yeah.
To turn into a human spider thing, that's a whole.
It's a whole other plot line. Yeah.
I agree with you. It looked cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about this before the movie.
Yeah, when his eyes turned black, I was like, oh, this is so he gets his spider sense. Okay. And organic webs. Okay.
Okay. How'd you feel about him being going back to having organic webs and everything?
Oh yeah, I thought it was a cool little throwback, and the way they explained it, makes sense movie-wise. I thought it was cool. And he mentioned Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man having it and everything like that. I loved his reaction to it when the webs were coming out. He was freaking out and disgusted by it. But that was great. I love the fact that I'm happy that they did the 6-arm thing too. There was so many different theories going around. People swear.
And that nigga went to the fucking top of the roof. That dude was squeezed that shot. That nigga almost threw up in his man's, bro.
But everybody, someone says, Daredevil's in it. Oh, this person's in it. I'm like, nah, relax. What we doing here? This was a goddamn movie. So,
I'm not gonna lie. I would have loved to have.
And it's fucking hilarious too. Hold on. It's fucking hilarious too. Cause I don't really know if they really be intentionally putting this shit into movies or whatever, but it was that scene where he was trying to, shoot his webs out. I mean, his organic webs out, at will type shit. He was trying to learn how to do that shit, and when that shit went to fire hose mode, I'm like, damn, okay, that's crazy. And then it came down to the when it was about to end or whatever, that bitch started. And bruh, that moment, it's hilarious how people think. It's hilarious how people think. When that moment happened, all the men in the theater chuckled or laughed. I swear, even me, because I'm like, bro, why would they do that? This is not that type of shit, bitch. It's web spinnerets. Why would you make that reference? Oh, bro, I was watching that bitch yesterday. Dude on the side of me, he was like an older gentleman. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna guess his age. I'm pretty sure he's over 40 for sure. Probably over 50. But man, when I say this nigga, bruh, that I think he was eating or he was drinking, but that nigga almost choked on what the fuck he was drinking on because of that shit. Bro, when I said that nigga started coughing and was like, I'm like, no, say man. Oh God. But nah, that moment right there, I was like, did they intentionally do that? Did they really thought yes, this is something we should put in the movie. This is gonna kill him. This is gonna kill him. I don't know. Me personally, that shit could have been left out. But that was fucking hilarious though. I just had to bring that shit up because I'm like, do they intentionally try to make that joke or it just unwillingly done? It's weird. Kinda. In a way.
After seeing the movie, it wouldn't have made sense. They would have just forced that in there.
Yeah.
So
Punisher would have had 2 people on either side of him going, "You gotta stop, man! Don't be doing that."
Yeah, I'll tell y'all this. I think that it is good that the Punisher is more friendly with Peter Parker because he's already got a dude that he's arguing with all the time, which is Daredevil.
Yeah.
He's already got a guy that he's butting heads with all the time. So I don't think we need to repeat that situation completely with Spider-Man. You think they'll go back to him using web shooters, or is he gonna keep the organic?
Gotta keep organic.
Did they do that in the movie?
I feel like he's sticking with the organic.
Yeah.
He started getting used to it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you prefer that?
Yeah.
I think I would too. No, you know what, man? Listen, I don't think that some of the things I was complaining about, I'm trying to say this is terrible at all, man. I actually love the movie. You know, it's just the ending that got me. But for the most part, like I said, for 90% of this movie, I think that this is the best Spider-Man movie that they have out now. And I think the whole time, and we were talking about this, I think, you just mentioned it, but, you know, finally having Peter Parker not be under the shadow of Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, and there's been some other people, man, that he's had to, like, you know, look up to and still act like a kid. For him to be finally handling things on his own makes him a real adult, and I think that makes, you know, the character its own character now. You know, I mean, before it was just, he was always, even in his own movies, he always kind of felt like a supporting character.
Right.
And now he seems like, you know, this is his movie.
Oh yeah,
Finally.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about this movie, I think one of the things that makes it successful, where other movies haven't been, is that the pathos in it, in that there's real emotion, and it's not all jokey. That's what was getting everybody tired of Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and even James Gunn does that to a degree. And it's like, yeah, you know, we gotta have humor to alleviate the tension.
Yeah.
But we need the tension also.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He was under the shadow of what's his name? Mysterio?
Yeah, that's right.
Nick Fury?
Yeah. Always looking for mentors. Always looking for father figures.
Mentors and father figures. Yeah, and, you know, always looking for another Uncle Ben.
And that's the thing. They cut out the whole, we don't want to have Uncle Ben in here. It's like, that is actually germane to who he is, Uncle Ben. And then you have him acting like his uncle died, following all these other guys as father figures.
Yeah. But he's finally on his own. They had to force him to be on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Which, man, I forgot that. I can't believe I forgot to bring this up, but this will be the last thing I mention here. Again, that was a bold move to have MJ tell him, "I don't love you."
Right.
And you,
son.
You thinking, "Oh, they'll get together at the end." And like,
No.
I don't know you, man.
I don't know you, man.
I know the way she was like, wow, this is something. It's just too bad that I don't feel this way about you.
That was so fucked
Your
up.
heart just drops like.
They did the kiss and everything.
They did the kiss
This
and
movie,
everything.
They do some of the most soul-crushing
I
things.
swear to
Peter Parker
Jesus.
did. And again,
Bruh, and that plays into the next video we're about to watch.
To this.
Well, and you know, her reaction, what she does, you can't even go like, man, what a bitch. You just like, yeah.
Man, you can't know.
Yeah,
You can't blame her.
Yeah, not at all.
She's like, I just don't know you.
Right.
You're a good-looking guy and everything. It's cool, you're Spider-Man, but I got a boyfriend.
But it's like you wrote a love letter to this girl you had a huge crush on, kept it to yourself, and somehow it fell out and she found it and read it.
Right.
Oh man.
That should have hit harder. That should have hit harder.
Oh wait, I am a superhero. That's not even a deal at all.
Man, that should have hit harder.
Hey, look, it's me. I'm really Spider-Man.
I'm really Spider-Man.
I don't know. Put the mask back on. I know Spider-Man.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus when she's like, you did this to save me, but my life is still in danger because of you. What?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
It definitely crushed his spirit, but there is that glimmer of hope, man. There is that glimmer of hope, and they will go down that path, I believe.
I believe so too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Him and Ned are starting to remember each other, and even MJ had that necklace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was thinking about the old times because of this necklace. So yeah, I think this movie they ain't gonna leave Peter dangling like that.
Yeah, fuck no. Cause that really threw me the fuck off. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Cause if y'all was watching my videos before I went and saw that movie, I basically was like predicting on how they gonna remember each other. Real talk. And I got the Ned one right. It was off the handshake. I got the Ned one right. And when that moment happened in the movie, I was like, oh, I got MJ shit right. And then it turned out to be fucking G. That shit pissed me off, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, I swear to Jesus. I was baffled. I ain't gonna lie. I was that nigga was like so surprised. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Bro, when that shit happened, I was like, huh? Hold her? What? Gene, you bitch. Bruh, I cried during that fucking moment. And I really had to lock the fuck in after Gene pulled that shit. I was like, oh. And you trying to kill her? Or do some bullshit, man?
You got a winner back.
Yeah, put the game, put the work into the game, man. Yeah. Now you know just being Spider-Man ain't gonna cut it. Right. Up your game, man.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Fuck being Spider-Man, bitch. Like, we loved each other. Real talk. Just because you've been 4 years without a nigga, 5 years without a nigga, you think you were just a whole different person. See, that's how these... that's why I say these Marvel movies be speaking to me, bitch. This how these hoes be moving nowadays, though. I swear to God. Motherfucker think just because some years pass by that they can just change up shit. No, bitch. Like, you. Ooh, I'm talking like Rakai now. You want to fucking do all that shit beforehand when a nigga was trying to get with you and do right and treat you how you supposed to be treated, woo. But now that you actually giving a nigga a chance, bitch, you got standards now. You got morals now. Like, bitch, it's not even that. Or you have, like, different motivations now. Now you gotta make excuses about everything or try to nitpick everything or some shit like that. Like, These hoes be pissing me off, in case y'all don't realize. Like, oh my God. Like, it makes no fucking sense how life is. But, hey. Oh God. Man. Crazy. But anywho, we finna, get the headphones ready, you feel me? We finna react to something before I eat. Nice little 25-minute video. So this should last us till like 1 o'clock. So yeah, we should be. I don't know. We gonna see. Wait, we got my phone. What the fuck? I'm not getting my phone yet because it's not fully charged, but it literally got 2% left. So I'm gonna let it do that. But yeah, anyways, let's go. Alright, 1, 2. Do I want to do the small camera?
Sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart.
Yeah, this man's life is trash. Now, I know a lot of us just watched Spider-Man Brand New Day, and we were all hyped. Not all of us, though. Some of y'all was hating on Tom Holland his entire run, and now you want to pull up to this movie acting like you're hyped. Nigga, no you not! And I just
straight up!
The movie absolutely geeked. The characters, marvelous. The direction, sensational. I was watching some of the sections of the movie, and I was just like, oh!
Yeah! Yes! I like that!
Like, I really walked out Peter with a huge grin. I was like, oh, nah! One thing that this movie truly revealed to me was that no matter what you do as Spider-Man, your life will always suck. The way Spider-Man gets treated in damn near every form of media is
Damn, bro, that's too quick for an ad.
actually heinous. It doesn't matter what type of Spider-Man you're talking about, whether they're broke, rich, white, black, Stephen Hawking, or fat. The common denominator behind all these lives is that their life is supposed to suck. Spider-Verse literally calls this a canon event for a reason. If you were bit by that radioactive spider, son, get ready to learn suffering and depression, buddy, because that is literally all you'll know. Like, it's literally got to the point where Miguel can't even see you become a Spider-Man if you have not gone through the required trauma. Like, this nigga Miguel deadass saw Miles trying to protect his two loving parents and said, "Nigga, did I just catch you having fun?" And Miguel was actively mad that Miles was trying to save his father. They legitimately had a whole intervention for this. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know this was a hot fucking take. Sorry, I killed my dad, nigga. Like, suffering in Spider-Man is so intrinsically tied both in and outside the universe. It is honestly a terrible fate. Again, in Spider-Verse, the moment something bad happening to Spider-Man is prevented, the fabric of reality literally implodes. And then we can take it to the fans in real life. Like, it's gotten to the point where audiences are happy to see Spider-Man suffer. Like, after the Brand New Day trailer dropped, niggas was real life online reacting to what they saw like this.
Go! Oh my god, I'm horny.
Like, Spider-Man fans gotta be the only people to see a person depressed, defeated, and broker than Smoke Perp and being like, that's what I'm talking about.
This shit means something.
It's just honestly insane to me because y'all are hyping up him being depressed, and the things that Spider-Man go through to get to the point of depression are quite possibly the worst things you could ever live through in your entire life. Like, when I tell you, you have to expect that literally nothing will go your way, I'm not even exaggerating. If you are Spider-Man, you cannot trust anything. Your professor, you're not safe. Your best friend's dad, you're not safe. Best friend's dad, nigga, fuck all that. The best friend, you not safe. Like, son, come on, bro. And if you were ever Spider-Man, you'd be like, man, I'm alright. I still got Aunt May.
Yeah.
Even she wants your ass, nigga. Like, living as Spider-Man is so bad, it has gotten to the point where even the writing staff is shaking, jittery, cheesing to write a new story where you're going through hell. Like, there is genuinely stories where Peter Parker sees his parents revived just to die again in front of him so we could experience the same pain. All committed by his best friend, mind you. And even after writing that, they're like, nah,
That's not enough.
and decide to draw themselves in the story cracking Peter's wife. Because apparently, as a writer, that's some shit you could do. Like, Peter Parker and the other Spider-Man get hoed in so many different ways. I'll be honest, I don't even know how they still alive. Now, Brand New Day truly showed that one of the hardest things you gotta go through in life is losing a bad bitch. This man, Peter, was stalking his ex's Instagram for 4 straight years, even though they had no contact. Nah, I'm crying. Niggas really be like, I don't care what she doing. Yeah, alright. And when he finally saw Mary Jane face to face and saw her kiss her new boyfriend, yeah, I know Peter Parker was sick than a mother.
Started tweaking
He
instantly.
saw that he lost his girl. His immediate response was jumping off a building. And I can't even blame you for doing this. You just lost Zendaya. I've seen niggas do worse for losing a 3. And they was just murdering Peter this whole movie. The way Jean Grey hit the nastiest pump fake I done ever seen was insane. Had Peter's dumb ass like, babe, you remember me?
I remember.
Like, nah, I'm crying. Tom Holland really fell for this BS twice.
Right, though. Oh, I forgot about that.
And Mary Jane was really cooking him in the movie, too. She real life says, I do not love you. I don't even know you. In fact,
hurt you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, if I'm in that same situation, y'all niggas never seeing me again. And these are the type of things that Peter Parker has to go through in every single life on a daily basis. I talked about Spider-Man getting hold countlessly in the past, but in today's video, we are really about to go in depth, truly showing why Peter Parker's life is the worst. Spider-Man's been hoed so many times they've become iconic memes. For example, I know y'all know this one.
Yeah.
Yes, you know the one. This is from the classic Web of Shadows, where Spider-Man was so
Haven't played that
physically
game.
and mentally exhausted from a, and I quote, symbiotic city invasion, that the only thing he could do in response was walk with his head down in defeat.
Why would it be that hot at night anyway? What city is that? Is that a desert? Is that hell, nigga?
And Peter had every right to feel this way. Knicks fans had New York looking like this off of one match. Yes, this is sports fans when games have a result. And you are giving those same fans symbiotes, my nigga? Like if I was Spider-Man, I would have been like, dog, just slide it in, gang. In this whole game, they just had Peter stressing out of his mind. The one time a Spider-Man game allows another superhero to also be in New York is when they are overpowered by a symbiote.
What the fuck is that?
Symbiote Wolverine. Yes, I could not make this shit up. Like he was really out there stressing every single second of the game.
Mazda is the safest new car brand in America. She has no idea.
I never should have let her go.
Some hero.
Shut up. And let me just tell you right now, when it comes to the worst moment Spider-Man has been through, this game's not even in the top 75. Even outside of the memes, Peter Parker's life is literally like playing FNAF like this. The amount of tasks and micromanagement this man has to do to live a semi-stable life is actually insane. Spectacular Spider-Man shows this the best. Literally every single choice takes away from something else. Oh wow, Spider-Man, you wanted to save this kid from a monster? Aw, so cute. Lose your job, nigga. Wow, Spider-Man, you got a job just to help your aunt? Surely the writer's gonna give you a break.
No, nigga.
But what about kid from
No.
You want to know your punishment for that? Your girl is gone. Oh, so you want to stay outside and grind as Spider-Man knowing damn well you have a test tomorrow. Okay. Whole time, the school test gonna look just like these.
Oh. Oh, God. No. 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 Fuck. No. No. That's bullshit. Fuck that. That's the line of fucking stuff.
Yeah, dog, you genuinely cannot win as Spider-Man. Like, watching Spectacular Spider-Man and some of the other Spider-Man media is just insane. No matter what choice he picks, it ruins another aspect of his life. Like, it's the main reason why every Spider-Man is broke. Every single time they land a job, they lose it damn near every single time. And this doesn't even bring up the struggle of building any type of meaningful relationship when you have to bail at any second.
Did you just leave your clothes on the kitchen floor?
This nigga is trash.
And speaking of building relationships, that brings us to our next segment.
I'm different. Punch me, I bleed.
Excuse me, miss. Is this abrasive Negro bothering you?
Spider-Man cannot have any meaningful relationship whatsoever. And I know when I say this, I know a lot of y'all might immediately think of Peter not having a successful partner. Yeah, but like, that's not what I meant. I can talk about Spider-Man and the girlfriend struggles, but that's almost too easy. What I think actually gets underrated is that when you are Spider-Man, there is nobody in your life that you could legitimately trust. Like, if you really look at Spider-Man's rogues gallery, 90% of these niggas know Peter Parker personal. Like, you can't even give the benefit of the doubt of, oh, these villains are attacking Spider-Man and not Peter Parker. Nigga, yes they are. Norman Osborn found out Peter was Spider-Man and instantly threw away their entire relationship.
Yeah.
That makes you family.
Again, the moment he found out he was Spider-Man, he tried to blow up his aunt and kill his girlfriend. in
Oh,
the
for real?
same night.
In
It's
the
like once they
same
find out that
night.
Spider-Man is Peter Parker, instead of having even the slightest amount of empathy, they just get even more pissed off. It doesn't even matter how wholesome their relationship is. Look at Doc Ock. You are Peter Parker's mentor. This is damn near your son. He found out Peter Parker was Spider-Man, and instead of feeling the slightest amount of empathy, he decided to jump this nigga in the dead of night.
Yeah.
Knew his identity the whole game too. Had Peter looking at him like, why? They are literally willing to throw any personal relationship out the window once they find out you're Spider-Man. This even happens to Gwen. She reveals her identity to her father, spilling her heart out and everything, and this complete twit still shoots and is ready to slime her out. I can excuse the other two, but nigga, that is your daughter.
That is
The
your
moment
daughter.
This nigga hit this shit, I was just like,
I want this nigga hung by jumper cables.
I'm telling you, the moment they realize you are Spider-Man, your life is nothing, and you serve zero purpose. Now, I do know that it's very easy to rip on Spider-Man's girlfriends. For example, Mary Jane truly be showing that she is a succubus at work. The way she would flirt with Peter was crazy. This is a 99 overall bad bitch going against a virgin with no badges. Out here touching his face and all, and this nigga can't make a layup to save his life.
Alright.
Was wondering if you're still in the village.
Oh, hell no.
Is this nigga serious?
Yeah, shut that shit up, nigga. And she was doing all that just to completely
He's just
rip him
like
apart in the next
me.
scene.
I'm seeing somebody now. What?
You see how this woman looks? Nigga, this is not bad. This is another category. Nigga, this bitch evil.
And this is all without mentioning how she treat him in Spider-Man 3 and things of that nature. But if you actually watch the Sam Raimi movies, in my opinion, I think Mary Jane Jane is pretty damn overhated. But if you want to say that she's a contributor in making Peter's life hell, I mean, I guess I'm gonna let you have it. But all in all, the woman in Spider-Man's life don't be hoeing the nigga. Superhero girlfriends tend to get a really bad rep for no apparent reason. I know you see how Invincible fans be talking about Amber. The way they speak about her, you would have thought she killed somebody. The only thing that I think happens the most is that no matter what conflict happens, a woman important to Peter will always be present. It's so crazy because it don't matter if it's intentional or not. If you have a pum pum and no Peter Parker, you will eventually get slimed out. We all know whenever someone finds Peter's identity, the first thing that they do is try to find Mary Jane. I'd be sick as hell if two of my greatest ops linked up and I see my shorty tied up on top of a tower. And there be times where it don't even be happening intentionally. There was a time in Spider-Man 2 where Doc Ock literally just robbed a random auntie that just happened to be Aunt May. Nigga, why did you do this? Just out here kidnapping grandmas for no reason. Fuck wrong with him. But I will personally say that most of the time, if women problems are making Peter's life worse, it is largely his fault. And this is where I can complain about Spectacular Spider-Man. Like in Spectacular Spider-Man, this man knew he liked Gwen, but once he got hit with that Latina mind control, he ends up dating Liz despite having his eyes on Gwen the entire time. He was in this entire relationship talking about some, they're just not her. But after playing in Liz's face for an entire season, he decides to break it off. But when he expects Gwen to do the same in her relationship, but she doesn't, he has the audacity to say this.
Banner episode in the life of Peter Parker. Jerry's left with no father. I'm left with no Gwen.
What?
You think you deserve Gwen after all that shit? You literally broke Shorty's heart for no reason. You never liked her. You're a loser. I'm clearly here to show y'all that Peter Parker's life sucks. But in cases like this, my nigga, that was completely on you. Spider-Man is also cursed with dealing with the stupidest smart villains of all time. 90% of his villains have the intellectual capacity to cure cancer, and they would rather try to do anything else. Like, I was watching Mysterio talk about being the next Tony Stark instead of benefiting society like
Was easy? I could get 81.
What 81 you talking about?
Kobe's 81.
Boy, it's out the mud. We got Rashad McCown.
Like, we got niggas who in real life turn the world into dinosaurs before trying to cure cancer.
Is this nigga serious?
One of Spider-Man's most constant villains is Doc Ock. One of the smartest people on the planet gets hoed by one man, and because this one person ruined his life, he decides to poison the entirety of New York City. And I just want to ask, dog, what does Norman Osborn have to do with any civilian in New York? What the is the correlation? Like, this man Doc Ock got 4 certified PhDs, but is moving like a complete dunce the entire game. I'm out here watching this like, Nick,
Is the man retarded? I mean,
shouldn't use that word, but sure.
Developmentally disabled.
there is multiple comics where the main villain's entire plan is taking over Peter's body. Craven in The Last Hunt Superior Spider-Man, literally every time with the symbiote. I'm just watching this like, dog, why do so many niggas want to be inside you? Spider-Man is also just unlucky as hell when it comes to his confrontations. We talked about PS4 Spider-Man for a minute. He dealt with that entire Doc Ock situation with no help. I'm talking 2018 LeBron levels. The entire city of New York could be burning in flames. Criminals are no exaggeration on every single block. And every single superhero that resides in New York is sleeping on the job. Like, man, get the fuck out of here.
That shit garbage, nigga.
Like, you are the unluckiest superhero of all time. And one of the Spider-Man tropes that personifies this the most is that he's always at the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, there is too many moments where Spider-Man will be laying next to a dead nigga and somebody will just pull up. It happens to Gwen Stacy, it happens to Miles, and when it happens to Peter, it be frying. Like, you got Harry Osborn walking through the door, and all you see is Spider-Man standing in the corner like a badass little kid. Boy, if you don't get... Bro, if you don't move, my nigga, in the moment...
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying, okay? I picked up the car a few months ago, and watch this. Ready? $97 premium. $20 were my fees, $118. Now,
the moment Harry grabs the blick, he's gone. I've seen you leave rooms faster than niggas when they find out their girl is pregnant. Situations like this should never be happening to you, dog. Now, Spider-Man got some stupid villains all over, but he does actually have some that are really good at their job to make Peter's life the worst. And I'm now gonna talk about some of the worst things these villains have ever done. I know a lot of y'all ain't seen the MTV Spider-Man. It used to be on Netflix back in the day, but it has one of the worst ways Peter got hoed I think I've personally ever seen. There's these psychic twins in this series that can manipulate what you see whenever you encounter them. And they do a lot in this finale just to mess with Peter Parker. And during this scuffle, they activate their powers. And while Peter thinks he's taking down one of the twins, they real life pump fake the nigga. And the person he mortally wounded was not the twin, but his girl. While they're on the other side of the roof, just laughing. I don't want to spoil what else happens in this finale as well, but they really push Peter Parker to the point where he almost hung Kraven the Hunter with a noose. If you want to see Spider-Man literally pushed to the brink of insanity, check this show out. It is actually underrated. We can take it back to the Osborns. Norman and Harry Osborn are literally LeBron and Dwayne Wade when it comes to destroying Peter Parker's life. They do so much shit, I can't even name it all. You had Harry moving with split personalities in Spider-Man 2, being Peter's best friend in one moment, only to completely hate him the next. And then you really dropped him in front of the whole school. Nah, I remember. I don't know why you laughing, bitch. Your homeboy killed my dad. You're a rat. You had Harry Osborn in Spider-Man 3 schmoving to knock Peter off the map on sight. In any type of way he knew. On engagement night, you're getting moved. that ain't work, nigga, I'm taking your bitch. And he will do all this with the most despicable smirk on his face and will aura farm in your demise. There's other things that he's done, like in the beginning of the video where I mentioned he revived Peter's parents just to kill them again, or times like Spectacular Spider-Man where he guilt trips Gwen to stay with him just to get a one-up on Peter. But none of these even scrape the surface when it comes to Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn has terrorized Peter's life like no other. We could talk about the movies all day. Him exploding Aunt May's crib, how he did Tom Holland damn near that entire movie. But that is honestly tame compared to what he actually does in the comics.
Yeah.
This man got accolades so egregious, King Von looked like a stand-up citizen. There are stories where Peter finds out that his kids aren't even his, they were Norman's. That his girl slept together with Norman. Mary Jane had a miscarriage because of Norman. And not only does he kill his auntie, he has killed Peter's girlfriend in front of him. And loved it. Like, as you could clearly see, some of the things Spider-Man be going through is so ridiculous. I don't even know who be cooking this bullshit. And this ain't even the worst of the worst. What I'm about to get into now is what is, in my opinion, one of the wildest things I've ever seen Spider-Man go through in the animated series. I know y'all all know this Spider-Man meme. Now, I know a lot of you that have opened Snapchat and seen your girl posted up like these can relate to this scene heavy. Hell, I can. But if I was to explain what caused this visceral of a reaction, we gotta go back to the first confrontation with Green Goblin, where during the animated series, Green Goblin was by far Spider-Man's greatest threat. And in one of these episodes, Green Goblin gets his hands on a portal device. Using this device, he catches Peter lacking. Finding out that he's Spider-Man, it hits that,
Ooh, got his ass.
like, hold on for a second, cause y'all really fried me. Y'all thought it was a good idea to give a portal to Norman Osborn, who was on crack, and are now shocked that he's doing all this damage to the city. Yeah, y'all be asking to me. But Norman decides to expose Peter at this family party. Dap me up, my nigga. But during that dap up, he crushes Peter's hand so hard, he actually states if he didn't have superhuman strength, Norman would have crushed his hand. Death by dap is an egregious way to go out, but Norman Osborn was not done. Because during their dinner, Norman Osborn starts moving a little sus. So, Peter, don't you have something you want to share with the table? I don't know what you're talking about. Come on, we both know it's something sticky. And from this moment, he immediately knew that his identity was exposed. So in order to get out the situation, this man, Peter, literally blows up the fire.
Turn
Son,
pressure
what the fuck?
Share files and get actionable insight.
Fireplace, evacuates everyone, and then runs back in to fight with Norman. But Green Goblin was not gonna let him aura farm. When he ran into the smoke, Norman did him just like these, straight hold his dumb ass. Spider-Man and Green Goblin gets up boxing again, this time going all the way to the Brooklyn Bridge, giving us nothing but insane hands. But sadly, you could not have any type of Spider-Man conflict without a love interest being present. Because why are we on a bridge and Mary Jane is here? But during their fight, the bridge falls apart, and Mary Jane falls through the portal device from earlier, making her disappear without a trace. After that fight and literally losing his girl, he begins to mourn the loss. And by mourn, I mean he was cracking Black Cat for an entire season. But in one of the episodes of the next season, Mary Jane just randomly returns and is just like, Peter, I'm sorry for being gone. Can we get back together?
That's a great idea.
I'm with that.
I'm with that.
And with no questions asked, Peter immediately gets back with his girl. And life actually looks great for Peter. Outside of his girl literally just trying to kill herself, they both live an amazing life. They even get married. Peter finally has something to smile about in his life. So you know damn well this shit not lasting longer than 2 more days. Because in one of the later episodes, this professor reveals this entire time this Mary Jane was a water clone. And Mary Jane begins to go through her least favorite phase of the hydrologic cycle, evaporation. And this is where we get Peter Parker's iconic line.
Anything in the world. Anything.
Yup, straight hold that nigga. I remember this one being so crazy, it damn near traumatized me as a kid. So I really had to save this one for last. Let me know some of the other worst things Spider-Man has been through, because I know I haven't even cracked the surface. I appreciate y'all so much for watching, and I'ma catch y'all next time.
Wake up, filthy.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had to watch that. It's cutting up outside.
Oh my God, she's hot!
How did a low-budget superhero show made with It's official.
I'm about to eat though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm hungry. I ain't eat nothing all day. Well, it ain't number 110, but you know, nigga still. Probably about to get off too. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hate really eating on streams. Cause most likely when I eat, I'm gonna get tired. You know what I mean? I got on stream to like try to record or whatever, but it's like once that liquor got into me, I thought that was gonna help me out. It's like nah. So we gonna see. We gonna see. I might get on later. You know.
How did a low-budget superhero show made with
we gonna see.
Japanese footage become a global phenomenon
We gonna see.
and then slowly fade from the spotlight? In 1993, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers took the world by storm. Morphin Time! What started as an adaptation of Super Sentai quickly became something entirely new. It redefined what a Western superhero show could be. Power Rangers took over toy aisles, home video shelves, video games, and just about every kind of merch you can imagine. Power Rangers even made its mark at movie theaters. And then, over time, it evolved. It endured tragedies, and eventually it slipped out of mainstream relevance. This video is going to look at
Why
every
am I not reacting to this
season of
video
Power
on
Rangers,
stream?
plus the
Because
movies,
it's fucking
the
up my frame
toys,
rate.
and the moments that
I'm already
shaped
using
this
like
legendary franchise.
hella CPU
So
right
sit
now,
back and relax.
and that's not good.
This is the complete history of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
In 1993, Spawn took a huge risk with the original Power Rangers series, a risk that paid off massively. When this show debuted, there was nothing like it in the West, and its unique blend of superhero story and teen sitcom revolutionized kids' TV. Power Rangers followed a group of teenagers with attitude, chosen by their leader Zordon to defend Earth from the evil Rita Repulsa and her gang of alien monsters. This series used in-suit and mecha footage from Zyuranger, but created completely new identities for the Rangers and set the show in the city of Angel Grove. Starting out as a group of 5, these Rangers used power coins to morph, and they were themed around dinosaurs. After each monster of the week was seemingly defeated, Rita used her magic wand to make these monsters grow into giant forms capable of mass destruction. To combat this, each Ranger had their own Zord, and they combined these Zords to create the
lobster
Tower
mac and
Megazord, a
cheese.
formidable fighting machine.
Pizza.
To the ball of the
Oh.
Power Rangers! I'll destroy you, one and all. Eventually, a new teenager named Tommy arrived in Angel Grove. Tommy was a martial arts expert, and he got along well with the group, especially Kimberly, but Rita wanted him to be her soldier. She put a spell on Tommy, turning him evil and making him the evil Green Ranger. This would kick off a multi-episode story arc that saw Tommy invade Zordon's command center and nearly destroy the Rangers. They eventually discovered his true identity and broke Rita's spell, redeeming Tommy and making him the 6th Ranger of the team.
It's morphin' time! Dragon Sword! Mastodon! Triceratops! Saber-tooth tiger! Tyrannosaur!
Being the inaugural season of Power Rangers, the show kicked off the Zordon era and established the universe's continuity and mythology that later seasons would expand upon. This show was made on an extremely low budget, and Saban's reuse of Zyuranger's fight and mecha footage helped to keep costs low. They even reused footage of Bandora from Zyuranger with Machiko Soga's voice dubbed over. The actors also did a lot of their own stunts since they were trained martial artists and gymnasts. The helmets used for the American footage were the actual props from Zyuranger shipped over from Japan. But the original Green Ranger shield used in Japan was damaged in shipping, so a lower quality version was made in America. And this is pretty obvious when watching the show. This show became a cult.
That's why you had that plastic
Over
shit.
from Japan. But the original Green Ranger shield used in Japan was damaged in shipping, so a lower quality version was made in America. And this is pretty obvious when watching.
That's whack.
This show was made on an extremely low budget, and Saban's reuse of Zyuranger's fight and mecha footage helped to keep costs low. They even reused footage of Bandora from Zyuranger with Machiko Soga's voice dubbed over. The actors also did a lot of their own stunts since they were trained martial artists and gymnasts. The helmets used for the American footage were the actual props from Zyuranger shipped over from Japan. But the original Green Ranger shield used in Japan was damaged in shipping, so a lower quality version was made in America. And this is pretty obvious when watching the show. This show became a cultural phenomenon practically overnight, and Saban would leverage the show's popularity into tons of merchandise like clothing, home videos, and of course toys. In fact, Bandai, the manufacturer of Power Rangers toys, had a hard time keeping up with demand, leading to massive shortages during the 1993 holiday season.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, teenage defenders of the Earth, in a never-ending battle against evil space aliens with nasty attitudes. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, too hot to handle.
The overwhelming popularity of the original season established the Power Rangers brand, and Saban had no intention of slowing down.
Look out, Rita, we're not backing down, we're the Power Rangers! I welcome you back, Firebird!
In 1994, Saban attempted to capture lightning in a bottle once again with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2. This season was a direct continuation, and the show continued to use the main suits from Zyuranger, but also transitioned towards the heavy use of footage from Ranger over time. In this season, we were introduced to the evil Lord Zed, a terrifying new main villain that was created just for Power Rangers, meaning he has no Japanese counterpart. He was made of skinless flesh and metal, and Saban actually got letters from angry parents because of how over-the-top and grotesque his suit was. Lord Zed represented a new level of enemy that the Rangers hadn't seen before.
Guess who's back? I don't believe it.
Tommy ended up losing the Green Ranger power, but he eventually re-emerged as the White Ranger, based on Kiba Ranger from Ranger. Jason, Zach, and Trini departed the show during the season due to contractual disagreements, and were replaced with Rocky eventually re-emerged as the White Ranger, based on Kiba Ranger from Ranger. Jason, Zach, and Trini departed the show during the season due to contractual disagreements, and were replaced with Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. Due to the success of the first season, Saban had a much larger budget per episode, allowing them to film fully original fight and sword scenes. Season 2 was a ratings juggernaut. It continued to sell tons of toys and home videos, further solidifying Power Rangers as a pop culture phenomenon in the 90s.
Talking Power Rangers and talking Lord Zed from Bandai. Power is on. I must have that new Sega Power Rangers game. Sorry, Rita. You'll have to buy it like everyone else. Sega. Power Rangers for Sega Genesis. Also available for Game Gear and Sega CD. All sold separately.
The success of the franchise franchise offered new opportunities for Saban to license the Power Rangers brand to other companies, and it was around this time that Power Rangers made its way to all major game consoles with Power Rangers the Game. Although the versions on different consoles differed from one another, they all offered fans a chance to play as their favorite characters from the show in an action-packed adventure. These games were in the side-scrolling beat-em-up genre and included some of the most famous elements of the show, like the famous morph sequence. With industry-leading TV ratings, countless toy sales, and a video game, Power Rangers looked absolutely unstoppable.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers video game for your Super Nintendo Entertainment System from Bandai.
You lose.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The movie, The Power, is on June 30th.
In 1995, Saban took Power Rangers to the big screen for the first time with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. Riding the massive popularity of the TV show, this theatrical release marked a major milestone for the franchise, bringing the Rangers into a larger-than-life cinematic world. Unlike the show, the movie featured completely original footage and production, filmed with a much higher budget and with new, more detailed suits and Zords. Saban wanted to prove that Power Rangers could stand shoulder to shoulder with other blockbuster franchises of the era.
The O's is back.
He's so handsome.
Why, thank you.
The film follows the Rangers as they face a brand new villain, Ivan Ooze, an ancient and powerful being who's released from his prison after thousands of years. Ooze, played by Paul Freeman, was a completely original creation with no Super Sentai counterpart, a sarcastic purple sorcerer who steals the show with his over-the-top personality. After he destroys the command center and strips the Rangers of their abilities, the team is forced to travel to a distant planet to seek a new power. It's here that they meet Dulcia, a warrior who helps them unlock the power of the Ninjetti, granting them new animal-based powers and Zords.
Fucking power just shut off. That's funny. Probably no frames have dropped. Nigga put an empty claw on here. Like, what the fuck? Who wants this? Excuse me. Boy, I want to know how it is working there. I bet they make your ass pay for every bit of lunch you eat at that bitch. I swear I bet they do. All that shit on that menu was expensive, bro. Real talk, I need to go back and check that fucking balance from Sullivan's. I think I spent more than fucking drop was than Sullivan, bitch. Insanity.
I'm afraid our time isn't up yet.
Stand shoulder to shoulder with other blockbuster franchises of the era.
The
from his prison after thousands of years. Ooze, played by Paul Freeman, was a completely original creation with no Super Sentai counterpart. A sarcastic purple sorcerer who steals the show with his over-the-top personality. After he destroys the command center and strips the Rangers of their abilities, the team is forced to travel to a distant planet to seek a new power. It's here that they meet Dulcia, a warrior who helps them unlock the power of the Ninjetti, granting them new animal-based powers and Zords.
Adam, what's wrong?
Visually, the movie was a major step up from the TV series. The suits were redesigned with textured armor instead of spandex, the fight choreography was flashier, and the production value was unlike anything fans had seen from Power Rangers before. The film even replaced the practical Megazord models with full CGI, a cutting-edge choice at the time, although the effects haven't aged particularly well. But for kids in the 90s, seeing the Power Rangers on a big screen with larger-than-life visuals was an unforgettable experience.
I wouldn't even thought
Mighty
over all the
Morphin
time.
Power Rangers the movie was a box office success, but not a massive one by Hollywood standards. Critics were lukewarm, but for fans, it was everything they could have wanted. A full-blown cinematic adventure featuring the colorful heroes they had grown to love. The movie's events were considered non-canon to the TV continuity, but it helped cement the Rangers as a true pop culture icon of the decade. Between the merchandising, the soundtrack, and the sheer spectacle, the film captured the height of Power Rangers' popularity and proved that the brand had real staying power beyond just television.
Now at McDonald's, you can buy your own action figure in Ninja Zord. 6 sets in all. They're here to save the world.
Sir? Yes? You gonna eat all those fries?
Couldn't we just talk about this?
Silence! Words have no meaning on a planet under the cape of war. Guys, come on now. Hold on a second.
In 1995, Power Rangers entered its third season, the final chapter of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers era. This season pushed the show to new creative heights and blended original footage with Japanese material from Kaku Ranger. It was the most ambitious season yet, with a darker tone, higher production value, and long-form storytelling that connected multiple episodes together, something rarely seen in kids' TV at the time.
Ninja power now!
Season 3 introduced the ninja powers. Unlike the movie, this storyline had the Rangers gain their new powers from Ninjor, a wise and eccentric being. Each Ranger received a new animal spirit: ape, crane, bear, wolf, falcon, and frog, along with the powerful Ninja Zords. This new theme gave the Rangers a fresh look and took the series in an interesting new direction, and a lot of the time when they were fighting while unmorphed, they were wearing their new ninja outfits. They also gained access to shiny new metallic armor, increasing their power when activated.
This calls for metallic armor. Metallic armor! Zordon's right. Master Vile won't rest until he has the crystal. We've got to destroy it so it never falls into evil hands.
The season also expanded the villain roster, introducing Master Vile, who was Rita Repulsa's father, and Rito Revolto, who added a lot of humor to the series formula. By this point, Power Rangers had become a pop culture titan, but the production was starting to show signs of fatigue. The sheer pace of filming, often nearly year-round, combined with heavy reliance on Sentai footage, forced Saban to innovate in ways few Western productions ever had.
Power's all yours now.
Season 3 saw an increased focus on character arcs, like Kimberly's emotional departure from the team. Catherine, played by Catherine Sutherland, stepped in as the new Pink Ranger, a transition that mirrored how the show was maturing alongside its audience.
Ninja Rangers and evil space aliens. And now, the Power Ranger Fighting Edition video game with Ninja Megazord and Shogun Megazord for your Super NES.
Season 3 was a relative success, but it was becoming clear that Power Rangers needed to go into new territory if it was going to stay relevant. Power Rangers Season 3 ended on a cliffhanger as the Rangers were turned into kids. In early 1996, Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers wrapped up the Mighty Morphin saga while paving the way for what came next. The story picks up right after the Rangers are turned into kids, leaving Earth defenseless. In their absence, Zordon summons a new team of heroes from the water-based planet Aquitar, the Alien Rangers. Unlike any team before them, these Rangers were literal aliens who required constant hydration to survive on Earth, adding a unique sci-fi twist to the formula. The show borrowed heavily from Ninja Sentai Kaku Ranger, using its suits and fight footage, but Saban built an original story around these temporary replacement Rangers, the first non-human Rangers in Power Rangers history. Morphin team embarked on their own quest to find the Zeo crystals and return back to their normal age. Along the way, young Aisha met a girl named Tanya who would eventually serve as her replacement on the team.
After everything that's happened today, I know it's gonna take a while for me to get the hang of things.
Don't worry. We'll be there to help you every step of the way.
That's how Tanya came into the picture? See, I don't remember none of this. I wasn't born around this time, I wasn't thought of. But I thought I remember going back and like binge watching the show anyway. Don't remember none of this.
Meanwhile, the young versions of the Mighty Morphin team embarked on their own quest to find the Zeo crystals and return back to their normal age. Along the way, young Aisha met a girl named Tanya who would eventually serve as her replacement on the team.
After everything that's happened today, I know it's gonna take a while for me to get the hang of things.
Don't worry. We'll be there to help you every step of the way.
Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers was an ambitious 10-episode experiment with serialized storytelling and a fresh roster of heroes. It wasn't as popular as the main series, but it played a crucial role in connecting the Mighty Morphin era to what came next.
Yeah.
It marked the end of Power Rangers' first chapter, closing the book on the show that started it all, and setting the stage for the next evolution of the franchise.
Here on the Gulf Coast, a wave says a lot. It says hello. It says thanks. It says we care. Shouldn't banking feel the same way? Friendly wave. A familiar face. Backed by all the convenient tools you need to make banking a breeze. We're Gulf Coast banking.
Beat the belly up, beat the belly up, beat the belly up, beat it up, beat it up.
On August 14th, fuel up.
It's my stomach. Those baby dinosaurs ate all my pop treats.
On a movie event of the summer.
We've got dinos to save.
Paw Patrol only theaters August 14th, rated PG.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis? With fewer symptoms from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, where will you go? Imagine being a...
You have now become the Power Ranger Zeo, the next level in the fight against evil.
In 1996, Power Rangers Zeo marked the first major evolution of the franchise, a full-on reinvention that proved Power Rangers wasn't just a fad. After 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin, the series needed a fresh start, and Zeo delivered exactly that. Picking up right where Alien Rangers left off, the Rangers returned to their original ages, but lost their powers when the command center was destroyed. Out of its ruins, they discovered the Zeo Crystal, a powerful artifact that became the source of their new abilities. With new suits, new weapons, and a sleek new look, Zeo was a literal and symbolic rebirth, one that redefined the Power Rangers for a new era.
Power Rangers Zeo!
This time the Rangers faced the Machine Empire, led by King Mondo, Queen Machina, and their robotic army intent on conquering Earth. The tone was slightly darker and more serialized, with higher stakes and a more mature atmosphere. Each Ranger's new Zeo subcrystal granted unique powers, creating a clear sense of individuality within the team. Tommy returned as the Red Zeo Ranger and team leader, joined by Rocky, Adam, Tanya, who replaced Aisha, and Kat. Instead of being a Ranger, Billy served as a team advisor, before eventually leaving Earth and being written off the show due to what actor David Yost described as mistreatment behind the scenes. The season also brought back familiar faces like Bulk and Skull for comic relief, maintaining the show's balance between action and humor. One of the most exciting developments came later this season with the return of Jason, the original Red Ranger, who reappeared and became the Gold Ranger after the power was given to him by Trey of Trifordia. This was a major event for longtime fans, giving the series a sense of legacy and continuity.
Yeah, you feel it.
His golden armor and power staff became instant fan favorites, and his return helped bridge the old and new generations of Power Rangers. Behind the scenes, Zeo was a creative reset for Saban. The production team switched from Kaku Ranger footage to O-Ranger footage, giving the series a fresh visual identity. The show's marketing also positioned Zeo as a bold new beginning rather than just another season. While it didn't reach the same cultural peak as Mighty Morphin, Zeo proved that the franchise could evolve and still captivate audiences. It proved Power Rangers could survive off of more than just nostalgia. It could reinvent itself and continue to find success going forward.
Action feature Evil Space Aliens and Zeo Rangers from Bandai. Unleash the power.
In Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, the Power Rangers are back and ready for action.
There's a lot of new stuff in this movie.
In 1997, Turbo, a Power
When I was
Rangers
born.
movie, hit theaters as the bridge between Power Rangers Zeo
But
and the
just
upcoming
because I was
Power
born
Rangers
around this
Turbo
time
TV
doesn't mean
series.
I
Unlike
was
the
automatically on
1995
it.
Mighty Morphin film, which
I'ma
existed
just
outside
say,
of the show's continuity,
I remember
Turbo was
when I
canon,
originally
directly
started, or
continuing the Ranger story and
I
setting
remember
up the
where
next
I
generation
remember where I
of the
really
franchise.
started.
The movie introduced audiences to a new threat, new powers, and even a new Ranger, all while maintaining the show's core themes of teamwork and adventure. The story follows the Rangers as they face Divatox, a ruthless space pirate seeking to free the ancient demon Malagor from his volcanic prison. When the Rangers lose their Zeo powers, they gain new vehicle-themed turbo powers. Tommy, Kat, Adam, and Tanya return as the main team, joined by newcomer Justin, a young boy who becomes the Blue Turbo Ranger after an injury sidelines Rocky. The film's mix of fantasy, adventure, and humor made it a unique link between the previous era of Power Rangers and what was coming next.
Yes, we're your friends.
Friends? I don't have any friends.
While Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, underperformed at the box office and received mixed reviews, it was a crucial turning point for the franchise. It introduced Divatox and the Turbo powers, plus it set up storylines for the TV series. Today, it's remembered as a divisive but important moment in Power Rangers history, the end of one era and the uncertain beginning of another.
She hurt her leg, she's like unconscious, having to find and help her. Then, just when you thought it was over, you had to fight an alligator. Then after the alligator, just when you thought the alligator was over,
What the fuck? They turned both and Skull into
Picking up directly after Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, Turbo the series was a deliberate attempt to retool the brand for a younger audience. The season began with the familiar lineup of Tommy, Kat, Adam, and Tanya, joined by Justin, the youngest Ranger in the show's history. Once again, their main enemy was Divatox, a comically over-the-top space pirate whose flamboyant personality gave the show a new flavor of villainy. Early episodes carried over the adventurous tone of Zeo, but over time the series leaned into humor and simplicity, reflecting Saban's effort to attract new, younger viewers.
Power Rangers, the legacy continues.
Midway through the season, most of the team was replaced. Tommy, Kat, Adam, and Tanya passed their powers on to a completely new generation: TJ, Cassie, Carlos, and Ashley. It was a risky creative move that divided fans, but symbolized the show's willingness to evolve. While the original Rangers are legendary, especially Tommy, TJ and Cassie are two of my personal favorite Rangers in the franchise, and I think they're really underrated overall.
Shift into turbo.
Despite its flaws, Power Rangers Turbo delivered some unforgettable moments. From its creative Zord designs to its surprisingly bleak finale that saw the power chamber destroyed, along with the Rangers, defeated and fleeing into space, except Justin, who stayed behind on Earth. It was a bold, cinematic ending that perfectly set the stage for Power Rangers in space, where the franchise would reinvent itself once again.
Good luck, Rangers.
Turbo was a bumpy ride that went through a lot of change over the course of the season, but its suspenseful ending was the stuff of legend, and there were a lot of things to love about the journey.
Each Turbo Ranger figure comes with its own key to activate its unique, awesome double movement action feature.
So why they all got the same body type? Why they all got the same body type? What the fuck? And they got the two women in the back. Like, get the fuck out of here.
As his strength drains, the lava will rise, extinguishing the power forever.
In 1998, Power Rangers in Space arrived as a bold reinvention.
This is
of
when
the
I started
franchise.
fucking with it.
Picking up directly after the destruction of the power chamber in Turbo, the story follows TJ, Cassie, Carlos, and Ashley as they head into space. It's here that they encounter Andros, the Red Space Ranger from the distant planet KO-35, who reluctantly joins forces with them to protect the universe from a new villain named Astronema. For the first time, Power Rangers felt like a true serialized sci-fi adventure, with ongoing storylines, real stakes, and emotional weight. They even had a crossover with the Ninja Turtles.
It's time for some shell shock. What are those things? I can't believe it, but I think they're...
It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles!
The season introduced fans to some of the franchise's most iconic elements: the Astro Megaship, the Psycho Rangers, and the sleek, futuristic Space Ranger suits. The tone was darker and more cinematic, and the writing reflected a clear effort to grow with the audience that had stuck with the show since Mighty Morphin. Eventually, they also added Zane, the Silver Ranger. Andros' personal story, including his search for his long-lost sister Corone, who was later revealed to be brainwashed into becoming Astronema, added real emotional depth to the show.
Yeah.
The series built toward a massive galactic conflict that united nearly every major villain the franchise had ever seen up to that point. By the end of the season, In Space delivered what many fans still consider the finest moment in Power Rangers history: the two-part finale, Countdown to Destruction. Andros destroys Zordon's energy tube, unleashing a wave of good energy that wipes out the forces of evil across the universe. It was the emotional and thematic conclusion to the entire Zordon era, wrapping up 6 years of storytelling that began all the way back in Angel Grove.
Imagine where your next space adventure will take you with the Battle-Eyed Power Rangers in Space and Galactic Rovers, sold separately from Bandai.
Power Rangers in Space redefined what a Power Rangers series could be. This show had heartfelt drama, interesting sci-fi elements, and
I'm
mature
stopping this video
It proved the show
at the Power Rangers
beyond its
where
campy roots
I stopped
while
fucking with
still
it.
paying homage to them. The series' success
letting you
reignited
know
the
now.
brand and set a new creative standard, one that future seasons would chase for years to come.
Andros? How did I get here?
That's a long story.
In
Far,
1989,
far away,
Lost
deep in
Galaxy
space,
franchise
to a
refreshed
galaxy
the
you
show was
know.
a true reboot of the series. Gone
Oh,
were the familiar
Angel
faces
Grove.
of Angel Grove, and they were replaced with a completely new cast, a new setting, and an interesting new story. Adapted from Ginga Man, Lost Galaxy was set aboard the massive space colony Terra Venture, humanity's first attempt to find a new world among the stars. The series followed a team who acquired the mystical Quasar Sabers, ancient weapons that granted their wielders the ability to become the Galaxy Rangers. The new team faced the insectoid forces of Scorpius and later his daughter Trakina, whose quest for power made for one of the franchise's most memorable villain stories. The season blended action, space fantasy, and emotion in ways no previous season had before.
Yeah.
It was also the first to feature a Ranger's death. Kendrix, the Pink Ranger, who sacrificed herself to save the others after actress Valerie Vernon had to leave production due to a real-life illness.
I'm okay. I'll always be here.
Her departure and later triumphant return gave Lost Galaxy a level of depth and humanity that elevated it beyond a simple superhero show. After an exciting crossover with the Space Rangers, Kendrix was replaced with Corone, formerly Astronema from Power Rangers in Space. Also featured was the Magna Defender, based on Ginga Man's Bull Black, who served as an anti-hero driven by revenge before sacrificing himself and passing on the Magna Defender powers to a soldier named Mike.
The Magna Defender Collection. Batteries not included, each sold separately from Bandai.
Lost Galaxy ends with the Rangers defeating Trakina for good, destroying the last major threat to Terra Venture and ending the war with the forces of evil. With the mission complete, Terra Venture successfully reaches its new homeworld, and the Rangers go their separate ways, closing out the season. By the end of its run, Lost Galaxy stood as a major milestone in Power Rangers history. Its cinematic storytelling, impressive production design, and willingness to take risks set a new creative standard for the franchise. This show told self-contained stories with real emotion, tragedy, and growth, laying the foundation for every standalone season that followed. The opening of this show was an absolute banger, one of my favorites in the franchise. Serena Vincent, who played Maya, also went on to have relative success within Hollywood.
Yeah.
The format of Lost Galaxy was a huge risk for Saban, but it created the blueprint for all future seasons going forward.
I knew you'd make it here. Kendrix!
Rescue!
In 2000, Power Rangers
My
Lightspeed
favorite
Rescue
one besides its
adapted
face.
from Go-Go 5. Set in the coastal city of Mariner Bay, the story followed an elite emergency response team. The Lightspeed Rangers combined advanced human technology with the power of the ancient Lightspeed Morphers, creating a grounded, militarized spin on the Power Rangers format that felt more like a rescue drama fused with superhero action.
Ceremony's over, Ben Sheriff.
We're here to make sure of that.
The team, made up of Carter, Dana, Joel, Chad, and Kelsey, were trained professionals. Firefighters, medics, pilots, and divers. Their battle against Queen Banshira and her legion of demons brought a darker tone to the show, with striking visuals of hellish monsters invading a city defended by humans. Lightspeed Rescue also introduced the first Ranger that was exclusive to Power Rangers and had no counterpart in Super Sentai. The Titanium Ranger, Ryan Mitchell, whose story of redemption after being manipulated by evil remains one of the franchise's strongest character arcs. His introduction proved that Power Rangers didn't have to rely solely on its Super Sentai source material to tell compelling stories. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue ends with the Lightspeed Rangers defeating Queen Banshira and sealing the demons away for good. With the threat eliminated, the Rangers return to normal lives, knowing they saved the world with courage and teamwork. By blending a new level of realism with fantasy elements, Lightspeed Rescue gave the series a renewed sense of maturity. It was a season defined by courage, teamwork, and sacrifice, one that grounded the larger-than-life Power Rangers concept in a world that felt recognizable.
Mariner Bay is safe again.
Now we finally have time to be a normal family.
Sounds great to me.
Ready?
Ready. Time force.
In 2001, Power Rangers Time Force elevated the franchise to new heights of storytelling. Set in the year 3000 and the present day, this series, based on Time Ranger, followed a police force from the future that travels back in time to capture the mutant criminal Rancic. After the death of their Red Ranger, the team is stranded in the past, where they recruit a man identical to their fallen leader, Wes Collins. This unique premise introduced deep character arcs and moral complexity that was rarely seen in Power Rangers up to that point.
School's out, heading into halftime. Cougar with 6 grams of protein.
This is good. So good.
Protein, calcium, fun. That's a win for the home team. Cougar, play on.
Apartment hunting is hard. Beginning.
We showed you that it had no place to run, no place to hide. You wrecked your cycles in the West Time Jet, each sold separately from Benda.
Wes's growth from carefree rich kid to selfless hero created a powerful emotional core for the series, while his relationship with Jin, the Pink Ranger, became one of the franchise's most grounded and human stories. The season also explored themes of destiny, class divide, and redemption. Visually, the show borrowed heavily from Time Ranger's sleek design, resulting in a futuristic tone and exciting time travel action. The Quantum Ranger, Eric Myers, had his own agenda and fought for recognition and respect, shaped by his rivalry with Wes. This made him one of the franchise's most interesting Rangers, especially when he appears to sacrifice himself in the finale before surviving and walking away.
My mission is to bring you back. And I promise you, I'm going to do it!
Power Rangers Time Force ends with the Rangers defeating Rancic and preventing the future from being destroyed. Wes returns to the present to build a better future on his own terms, while the other Rangers go back to the year 3000, closing the season on a bittersweet note. Time Force is often considered one of the best Power Rangers seasons ever made. It's mature, cinematic, and emotionally impactful. It transcended the franchise's toy-driven roots and delivered something that felt like a full-fledged sci-fi drama. Even decades later, it remains a high point of the Power Rangers legacy, remembered for its sharp writing, exceptional cast, and timeless message that the future isn't written, it's made by the choices we make today.
I love you.
I love you too.
But then
Wish it
kiss.
was 1,000 years so we could be together again.
She's just so full of life, and I'm just gonna miss her a lot.
The 27-year-old actress died in a car accident near San Francisco during the Labor Day weekend.
In 2001, Thuy Trang, best known for playing Trini Kwan, the original Yellow Ranger, tragically passed away at the age of 27. She was killed in a car accident on September 3rd in California. The news shocked fans and the Power Rangers cast alike. She was a major part of the franchise during its explosive rise in the early 90s and remained closely associated with its legacy. Thuy Trang's death left a lasting impact on the Power Rangers community. Even decades later, she's remembered as a trailblazer and an essential part of what made the original Power Rangers era so meaningful to an entire generation.
When I see pictures of her, I'm like, wow, she was so stunning and so sweet and had an amazing laugh and was just very down to earth.
Protecting nature is my path now. There
Wild
has to be
Force.
another way to stop the orgs besides fighting them.
In 2002, Power Rangers Wild Force celebrated the franchise's legacy and acted as a bridge between eras. Utilizing footage from Gal Ranger, this was the final season fully produced under Saban. The story followed Cole Evans, a man raised in the jungle who joins a team of rangers chosen by powerful animal spirits known as Wild Zords to protect the planet from the pollution-fueled orgs. The series blended tribal elements with modern environmental themes, presenting nature itself as an ally in humanity's ongoing fight for balance. The tone of Wild Force was spiritual and dramatic, with the team bonded not just by duty, but by a shared love for the natural world. Cole's journey to discover his past and avenge his parents' deaths gave the series emotional grounding, while characters like Merrick, the Lunar Wolf Ranger, added layers of tragedy and redemption.
Hi. How cool. Good.
The season also featured one of the most iconic crossovers in Power Rangers history, Forever Red, a 10th anniversary special uniting every Red Ranger up to that point for one epic battle against remnants of the Machine Empire. Power Rangers Wild Force ends with the Rangers defeating Master Org and ending the Org's threat to the natural world. With the danger gone, the Wild Zords return to the wild and the Rangers go their separate ways.
As long as the spirit of the earth is alive in your hearts, you will always be Power Rangers. Goodbye, my friends.
Although Wild Force marked the end of an era, it passed the torch from Saban to Disney and set the stage for the franchise's next evolution. Its combination of heartfelt storytelling, environmental messaging, and the legendary Forever Red made it a memorable season that honored the past while looking towards the future.
Putreds, you're mega trash!
The Power Rangers Wild Force collection was sold separately. Batteries not included from Bandai.
Ninja Storm.
In 2003, Power Rangers Ninja Storm kicked off a new era under Disney, with a fresh tone and production style that balanced humor and action. Adapted from Hurricaneger, the series followed 3 students from a ninja academy who became the Wind Rangers after the rest of their peers are captured by the evil space ninja Lothor. What began as a lighthearted underdog story quickly evolved into a season defined by teamwork, redemption, and personal growth, all wrapped in a vibrant theme that perfectly captured the vibe of the early 2000s. The chemistry between Shane, Tori, and Dustin gave the season its identity. They weren't perfect heroes, just regular people learning how to handle responsibility.
Lucky for you, we're ready to go. All the pieces are in place. Let the games begin.
Silence.
Things got a little more interesting when the Thunder Rangers, Hunter and Blake, were introduced as rivals who initially served Lothor before realizing they'd been manipulated. Cam also stood out as the team's tech support, who eventually became the Green Samurai Ranger, a character arc that's frequently praised as one of the strongest and most memorable in the entire series. Power Rangers Ninja Storm ends with the Rangers defeating Lothor and restoring the Ninja Academy after his invasion is finally brought to a stop. With peace returned, the team graduates and moves on with their lives, closing the season on a light ending that reflects how far they've come as human beings. Ninja Storm revitalized Power Rangers with a bold new style. Brighter visuals, sharper dialogue, and a stronger focus on character-driven comedy without losing its emotional core. It was also the first season to be filmed in New Zealand, a change that would define the look and feel of the franchise for years to come. As the first Disney-produced season, Ninja Storm proved that Power Rangers could evolve and thrive under new leadership while maintaining the qualities that defined the franchise for a decade.
Reveal their secret ninja weapons. The Power Rangers Megazords will be victorious. Storm Lightning Megazord, Storm Power Megazord, and Tails action sold separately, batteries not included. Propella.
I'm Dr. Oliver, and this is first period science.
Dino
Before we start,
Thunder!
any questions?
In 2004, Power Rangers Dino Thunder roared onto screen as a triumphant return to the franchise's roots. Adapted from
I think this is the season I started watching.
on a group of high school
No,
students
I think it was
who gained
Mystic Force.
dinosaur-themed powers to defend
it
the
was
world
Mystic
from the villainous Mesogog. But what really set Dino Thunder apart was the return of Jason David Frank as Dr. Tommy Oliver, the group's mentor, bringing the legacy of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers full circle for a new generation.
Aren't you a little old for this, Tommy?
I may be old, but I can still pull it off.
The core team, Connor, Kira, and Ethan, balanced relatable teenage struggles with the responsibilities of being heroes, while Tommy's presence grounded the series with emotional weight and continuity. His character arc as the Black Dino Ranger added depth to his character and added to his already legendary resume.
I've only just started. You want some more?
The White Dino Thunder Ranger, Trent Mercer, started as a corrupted antagonist under the influence of the White Dino Gem before breaking free and joining the team. His struggle for control and redemption became one of Dino Thunder's central arcs, making him one of the season's most compelling Rangers. The season also explored themes of technology and evolution, with Mesogog representing humanity's darker scientific ambitions. Visually, Dino Thunder stood out with its dynamic suit designs, epic Zord battles, and one of the most memorable morph sequences of the Disney era. Power Rangers Dino Thunder ends with the Rangers defeating Mesogog. After the battle, the team returns to normal life, and Dr. Tommy Oliver moves on, closing out the season in a way that served as a tribute to the franchise's legacy.
Destroy evil with the Dino Thunder talking Power Ranger figures and Thunder Source Morpher, only from Bandai.
Critically and commercially, Dino Thunder revitalized Power Rangers, earning praise from longtime fans who saw it as a return to greatness. It blended the best of both worlds, the heart and legacy of the Saban era with the production quality and polish of the Disney era. More than just another season, Dino Thunder reminded audiences why Power Rangers endured for over a decade. Because beneath the helmets and explosions, it was always a story about heart, courage, and the bond between generations of heroes.
I just want to say we had an interesting year. We've been through a lot. More than any school should have to go through. But we made it. And we're okay. That's what's important. So let's have fun tonight. Come on, Rangers!
Oh, I forgot about SPD. I forgot about
Continued the
SPD.
franchise with a bold, futuristic setting, and one of the strongest storylines of the Disney era. Adapted from Deca Ranger, the series was set in a world where humans and aliens coexisted under a unified planetary police force. The story followed a rookie B Squad team of Rangers, who rise to defend Earth after the elite A Squad mysteriously vanishes. A story that would pay off massively later on, when it's revealed that the A Squad was corrupt and working for the evil Grom.
My idea. Omega Ranger, 11C-41B.
Eventually, we're also introduced to Sam, the Omega Ranger, who's traveled back in time from the year 2040 to help defeat Grom's forces. Led by Commander Anubis Doggy Kruger, one of the franchise's most beloved mentors, the SPD Rangers were constantly tested, both in battle and in their character. Each member struggled with personal challenges, while the looming threat of Emperor Grom kept the tension high. The show's character-driven writing, witty dialogue, and occasional touches of humor gave it a perfect balance between intensity and heart. Episodes like Reflection and Endings are still regarded as some of the best-written stories in Power Rangers history.
Now morph to an awesome battle weapon. 3 toys in one. It's Power Eyes. Power Rangers Supreme Megazord. Batteries not included from Bandai.
SPD eventually gets captured, but they break free and defeat Grom. Jack goes back to a normal life, and Sky becomes the new Red Ranger. SPD marked a creative peak for the Disney era, combining serialized storytelling with high-quality production and strong performances. It showed what it means to be a hero in a world where right and wrong aren't always clear. With its futuristic premise and emotional storytelling, SPD stands tall as one of the most respected and rewatchable entries in the entire franchise.
Well, brother, guess we both get to do something bigger.
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. SPD wasn't the last season that I watched, but since that was like the last season that I got a toy from. I'm gonna just consider that the last year I was actually serious about Power Rangers. Because SPD was in 2005. I got into wrestling like late 2006, maybe mid 2007 type shit. So Mystic Force, I wasn't really focused on it, you know. And then Operation Overdrive came up next, and I definitely wasn't focused on that. So yeah, that was just a whole different era for me in my life, and that was just a time to leave the Power Rangers alone. Like, no disrespect to them at all, because they was pushing out some heat. But it's like, yeah, I'm mature now. I'm more mature. So yeah, that was the time I really switched over from Power Rangers to like other shows, like wrestling or Family Guy or, you know, shit like that. Like, it came down to all types of different shows that I started watching around that time. Because in 2005, I was third grade year, third, maybe fourth grade year. I want to say third for sure. So yeah, nigga still in elementary school, in the middle of elementary school. So yeah, that was like a transitional period for me, and that was the best time to really try out new shit. And I think that became wrestling. You know, I really like stopped talking about Power Rangers. I was still cool with the nigga who I used to watch Power Rangers with or whatever. I was still cool with him, but yeah, I started like girls more. I think that was another thing too. Bro. I started liking girls more, and I started watching wrestling. Real talk. So yeah, that was just a transitional period on that time, you know. That's why I'm so fucking afraid for Lynn and these badass little kids. Because I had my first kiss, or somebody kissed me for the first time, in the third grade. Lynn is about to go to kindergarten. So that's kindergarten, first, second, third. Nigga, that's 4 years. 3 years. You feel me? So got me fucked up. Real talk, man. I hope she remains as vocal as she is now to me, because that girl tell me everything. She tell me things that she shouldn't even tell me sometimes, bro. They be like, girl, hush. Do they know you telling me this? Like, oh God, real talk though, man. She be getting the tea, and she be on it. But nah, man. Everybody's different. Everybody's life is different. But yeah, I had to leave that Power Ranger shit alone. And it's like, once I let that Power Ranger shit alone, shit started to change. You know, I was still a fan, but not a fan of watching it. Not a fan of getting the toys, or not a fan of talking about it to other people or whatever. I just know about it. They was fucking with that shit for years, nigga. Like, damn near for 10 years. They was fucking with that shit. So it just ran its course type shit. That's all I can say about it. It ran its course. Real talk. But anyways, as y'all can see, I am tired. I dozed off at least twice, like within the last 30 minutes. And that's not cool. So it is 2:02 p.m. I'm about to give me a little rest. I'm not gonna smoke no more until I get back up from this little rest. You know what I mean? Cause I ain't going nowhere. I ain't got shit to do. You know what I mean? Perfect one day. So. With that being said, I'm back. to get off. What you about to do? I'm about to get off. What you about to do? I'm about to get off. Woo.